Yeah, this album is really sweet though. I do love this
McNasty,
album.
he says this is a heavy album.
Oh, it's very, very heavy. Yeah, it's got a lot of gnarly shit, a lot of deep topics. You know?
We'll see. We'll see about that.
We'll see.
All right, go ahead and hit it whenever you're ready, man.
Big carve.
Is it the end of the world? Yes.
Why isn't it
It is
changing?
the end of the world. And it's also the beginning of a brand new, solid, Juggalo world for us all to enjoy.
Yes! We made it! We actually made it. I thought we were, we hit 666 subscribers last week, so, I plan on killing myself.
Yeah.
But
we all did, but
we just said like,
And also,
we'll
just-
do it later.
next time.
And just for your information, guys, it takes more than 2 capfuls of bleach to kill a person.
Oh, you actually tried.
Tried,
Yeah, it does give you explosive diarrhea.
Okay.
And there's a little bit of blood, but outside of
Okay.
that, it's definitely going to take more than 2 caps. So just
It gave you the old.
that's all I have. I wasn't going to go to the store and buy more bleach.
Yeah.
I had about 2 capfuls left.
It gave you the old bang pow boom. You know what I'm saying?
Man, the mighty death pop.
Does it
Juggalo humor. That's what you get here, folks. 5 out of 5.
does it bleach your ass on the way out?
Yes, actually, yes. I'm guessing. I haven't looked, but everyone that I've shown my asshole since has had nothing but smiles. So,
You know what? You know what I said when I saw your butthole?
what'd you say?
Yum yum.
Oh my got him! Oh my gosh, your jokes. You were just furious today, Fred Fury.
And then when you see the hemorrhoid, you say, that's a mighty death pop.
That's right. That's right. He made a death pop joke. But that's okay.
Hey, it's bad.
We're just clowning.
We're just clowning, guys. We're just clowning. That's what we do.
We're silly.
Bang, pow,
We're silly
boom.
billies.
Oh, we are. That's what we do around here, guys.
You know what? Let's shout out the chat, and then we're gonna put that shit away.
We got to shout out. Okay, well, we got to shout out the early comers because they're coming with us early.
Yeah, they came on us right away. Shout out to you for coming on us right away, Derek Bruno. Shout out to you, Much Clown Love, and DJ Slug. What's good?
Much clown love to the fam, DJ Slug, and of course the legendary McNasty.
Absolutely.
Also in the Chizat.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, so here we are, man. I got to pick the album this week. I'm pretty stoked.
We jumping right into it? Or
No,
is
no,
there
no, we
any
can-
news?
No, we gotta ease in.
We'll
like a
ease
lady.
in. We can brush on it. Let's brush, and then we'll come back to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
Brush and come
So
back.
you know what? I never listened to Cage before.
You've never listened to Cage before?
Never. Like
Oh,
I started listening to Movies for the Blind when you announced it last week. Then you called the Audible.
Yeah, I did call an audible late. Yeah.
Yeah.
I on the show, for anyone who was tuning in last week, I did say on the show live that I was going to be listening to Movies for the Blind, which is a great album. But then I was listening to the album and I was like, yo, like I know I had guessed that you hadn't heard. I know that Carver, you have heard quite a bit of Cage.
Oh, yeah, I own movies.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I own a couple Eastern Conference albums. Yeah, I definitely know Cage for sure.
I know a bunch of movies.
Yeah. but
are
movies
they-
for the blind.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are they movies for the blind? But yeah,
Turn
I
the closed caption on, you'll be all right.
right, exactly.
That's good.
But like I was kind of listening to it and I was like, yo, Movies is a classic album, but it's a very firmly hip hop album. It's about lyrics, you know what I mean? It doesn't have as much as many topical songs, and I knew that on Hell's Winter there were a lot more like crazy stories. Like topic matter is fucking nuts on Hell's Winter. In Movies for the Blind, Cage was doing a shitload of drugs too, so he was kind of masking those demons. And this is just like he was off drugs. He was just like, here we go.
He's
Like,
just letting his freak flag fly.
fuck
on
yeah,
this
man.
one.
Yeah, it was like his diary to the world for sure.
Interesting. Okay.
He says it was his ideas that he seed himself as, because I remember in an interview he was like, yeah, this is like what I saw myself as and what I was trying to implement myself to be.
Okay.
I think he said something like that.
So like when he envisioned being a rapper, like this album is like what he envisioned creating. That's cool.
Oh yeah, dude. It's a phenomenal album. It's definitely got some dark shit. Like I never
does.
mask that when I talk to people. It's got some heavy ass content, man. Like, you know, there's child abuse. There's fucking drug usage. There's some crazy shit on here, man. But yeah, still great album.
It's intriguing. I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, for
It,
sure.
it paints a backdrop of the time too.
Yeah.
That it was released that time.
That's true. It does do that. I noticed that. It's very. When did that come out? Like 2004-ish.
2005.
2005.
Five
Oh,
or
okay.
6, yeah.
I'll say yeah. Definitely.
And you feel it, like you can tell it was, what was going on in the world at that time. It's reflected in this album as well.
Almost sometimes in an almost corny way.
Almost corny. Oh, okay.
He did
we'll
say
touch on that.
after this album, I remember him saying, because I watched a bunch of interviews. I've watched a shit ton of interviews of Cage, not even just for this album this week, but just over the years. He did say, I remember him saying something about like, he knew after this album that it was a little preachy. There were some preachy moments on it. I think he even mentioned that himself. So
Okay. Shit. Yeah, I love this album. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's not the album. I originally wanted to do Movies for the Blind just because I felt like it was such a key album in my personal Juggalo life. Because Movies for the Blind was the first album I ever heard that really made me start going, yeah, maybe I'm going to check out some more hip hop instead of just ICP shit. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
It really brought me into hip hop. So after that, I started looking at some of the other people he was rapping with.
What was it?
I got into New York.
Was it more the content or the lyricism and shit?
I think this album, Movies for the Blind
yeah.
was such like a great middle path album. Like it had enough of the horrorcore influence, but it also went a lot more lyrical than I'd ever heard. So then, I got my itch of horrorcore, but then I was also getting these lyrics, and I wanted to explore more of the lyrical
but
shit.
you were actually, I think, you liked Cage a lot too, because you kind of related to Cage. I think.
Oh, I love Cage.
You
I
related
modeled
to
my
him
rap
on a high
persona.
level with like the way you thought and the way you thought lyricism should be like or could be like, and like you definitely connected to that a lot.
No, for sure. When I was doing the rap thing, Sly Cooper, I did the whole Sly Cooper thing, which totally stolen off of the video game character. But anyway, I did that shit, which is just Cage Kennels. He had his alter ego. I sometimes often I'll say cringingly leaned into that fucking alter ego shit to the point of like heavy, like vomit inducing cringe. But yeah, 100% I was stealing that from Cage. And then like I had like the attitude shit that I was stealing from Wordplay. And then if I was around girls, I was taking it from Atmosphere. You know what I mean? That was pretty much, that was like my playbook, my early hip hop playbook. Bless the Nation, Cage Kennels, and Atmosphere.
You got it all kind of mixed in to create Sly the Rapper.
Exactly. You got it, man.
And through each one of those rappers, you could explore so many other avenues. I mean, through Atmosphere, I found Idea and shit like that. Through Cage, you find all the other Def Jux artists.
Yeah, fucking Aesop Rock, Camutao, fucking Copyright. A lot of people that are from Columbus, like, and then that's that does like a big boomerang. You find out, you're like, wait, these guys are from Columbus.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I'm like, I want to be one of like them. I don't want to be. Wait, I don't want to be in horrorcore no more. I want to be in hip hop. Yeah, but
and that's what I said. The problem with Columbus is we didn't have our own community here. We had rappers that split and went west and went east.
yeah.
Or but we didn't really have a community of rappers that kind of just banded and stayed here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like the Columbus hip hop scene was like just too underground for its own good.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
100%.
They never like collectively like tried to make noise,
And the ones that didn't claim Columbus,
Yeah.
and they were not underground. They were mainstream rappers.
Yeah.
Like Little Bow Wow was
Right.
not sitting there claiming Columbus and being talking about underground rap type of shit. So you had. You had Bone, obviously, from Cleveland.
And Busy was from Columbus, but he didn't tell anyone. He claimed Cleveland
Exactly,
with the rest of Bone. So yeah, we never had that huge scene kind of fall out. And I think our biggest rapper right now is fucking what's his name, Lil Doobie. Doobie Doo.
I don't even know who that is.
Doobie Doo. Yeah, his name's like Doobie, and he's a rapper from Columbus. He's like the biggest right now.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, Fuck 'em.
And other than the Rhyme Sayers and Def Jux connects that Columbus had as far as hip hop, Columbus was always guilty of just being the same as everything else that was popular. That's what I've noticed.
We had those one fucking homos. All my heathens are the gayest.
Oh, I know you're talking
people.
about.
What?
You're talking Simple. No, not Simple Plan. 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
21 Pilots. Yeah, those
I
guys.
guys suck. They're from Columbus, but they don't rep it.
I was talking mostly about like.
I like.
rappers.
I actually like some 21 Pilot songs. I'm not gonna lie. I think they make
Like
some.
2 or 3. There's like 2 or 3
I
that
think
are dope.
they
Yeah.
make some great like folky sounding
Fairly
songs and
Local.
shit,
That's
yeah.
one that comes to mind. Fairly Local's dope.
They try too hard, man.
We got-
Yeah. Trust. Look, let me be very clear. If you are watching this, you're probably not gonna like it. Probably.
They're 21 Pilots is Hollywood Undead for Swifties.
Oddly enough, Taylor Swift is linked to Columbus as well.
How?
Like she
the
knows
best.
people here. Like my brother actually worked with a dude in a grocery store produce department. Just a random dude. He's like, "Oh yeah, my friend's coming to see me," and he was like, "Oh okay, yeah." It turned out to be Taylor Swift was his
No.
fucking friend.
What?
Yeah, she's like she knows it. Like she's got family and knows a bunch of people here
Really?
in Columbus. Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
So
shit,
she actually
okay.
comes to Columbus
That's cool.
a lot.
I wanna see Taylor
apparently.
Swift.
Yeah.
I would love to come in Taylor Swift.
Me too.
Yeah, I know that probably sounds like a ridiculous story, but it's literal. It's literally
That does
true.
sound zany.
Yeah, I mean, but like that said, the point still remains is that no one's repping Columbus.
Yeah, that's very true.
No cool rapper is out there repping Columbus. You know.
Well, one of my favorites, Copyright, is from Columbus. He's the only one that's ever legit repped Columbus like it was like that. It was his job.
Who's
Yeah.
actually on this album? Copyright is on this album.
yeah.
The Weatherman song. Yeah. Like, yeah, he's the fucking shit. He's one of the best wordsmiths, especially with metaphors. He's the shit.
Copyright could have been huge. He was just too much of a dick and an asshole to work with, and nobody wanted to work with him.
is that
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, he had that
Yeah.
battle. He had a battle mentality through and
Yeah,
through.
he had a
man.
chip on his shoulder, and just everyone he worked with, he pissed off and got into.
He got in his
beefs
own
with.
way, kind of
Yeah.
like the Joker almost.
Yeah, but as far as like lyricism and like, but and people in hip hop respect him, no
Yeah.
doubt. They're
Really?
like, yeah, this dude's a beast.
Oh,
He's
wow.
one of the best, but we just can't do it. We can't work with him.
we listened to one of his albums on my old podcast, and like I fucking loved it. It was great.
Oh, he's
He's
amazing.
He's also notoriously good in the battle scene, but he does prepared battles. So
Yeah.
not freestyle battles. He does prepare where you write.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, you're introduced to your person 3 weeks ahead. You write out a fucking verse, you memorize that shit, and then you come and perform it.
That's dope.
That's almost like spoken word poetry, but you're embarrassing somebody. You know what I mean?
It's just about writing battle rap songs.
Yeah.
back and
Now,
forth is
granted,
all it
I
is.
can do that, but that is not my specialty. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I got a lot of respect.
It's a
for
lot of
people who-
research. It's a lot of time you have to dedicate.
I
to
could
that.
do that way before I could do a on the spot freestyle battle.
Yeah, and it's
rap.
mostly metaphorical shit too. Yeah, and that's way more into theatrics. When you're doing a freestyle, there's theatrics, but you're mostly concentrating on the battle in the spur of the moment. When you're doing that, bro, it is all about theatrics. That's why they'll come with shit in their pocket
Yeah.
and spring. You know, they'll
Yeah.
say, Duh,
Yeah.
I
I'll
love
put
that
you
shit.
through classes when I burn this motherfucker. Sprinkle some ashes, you know, or something like that, and then like everyone's like, ah, you know.
There's a different vibe for each type of battle, and then both have their skill. You know, what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
The off the top in the moment shit is exactly that. It's in the moment. It's like you feel that in the moment. As where that writing stuff, it's like it's you know you're expecting this big blowout. You know, with that
Yeah.
type of shit.
Right. It's bigger on the theatrics and shit. Yeah. Oh, speaking of battlers, Idea. I didn't get this in time for our last week's show, but this shirt's pretty dope.
Yeah, this
And
shit
it was
is
made
sweet.
by 8 Up Art, who's here in Ohio. I don't want to say the exact city in case he doesn't want to share that
Reppin'
shit.
8
But
Up-
yeah, he's a juggalo
8
artist.
Up Art.
Yeah, yeah. We were looking at his art the other day, actually.
Yeah,
like,
he's got some
before the
dope
show.
shit.
Yeah, he does like real lifelike drawings and shit. Like
Oh yeah, he
Lardy
hit
B
us
and
up.
all
He
them.
said he was going to that Clockwork Fest.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Where is that, by the way?
It was last Saturday, but it was at
Okay.
some bar down on Front Street. I
Yeah, I
don't
was
know.
gonna say I didn't.
They
know
sold the
much
bar
about
out.
that.
Yeah,
That's
they did.
pretty cool, man. I'm glad Clockwork is doing their thing, man.
They
That's
are, man.
so cool.
Yeah, they're kind of Columbusinians.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know if they're Columbus. I think.
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
near
we're
the
talking
Arthur
about
Marion.
Columbus. We're talking about Columbus rappers. Do they even represent Columbus? I mean,
I don't. Are they from Columbus?
I don't know. Are they?
I know they're from Ohio, but I don't know if they're from Columbus. I
See,
think
that's the
it's
thing.
somewhere-
They probably are, and they don't want to rep Columbus.
Well, when
Nobody
they
wants
did
to
their
rep
don't
when they
Columbus.
shot their video, it was in Marion. I know they shot their video in Marion. It was like a little car wash in Marion. I don't know if that's because that's where they're from, or if they just knew of a shutdown car wash. But I would imagine they're from Marion. I would imagine. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
I'm
You're
not
making
sure.
that shit up.
Nah, bro.
Clockwork E, call in.
Clockwork. Exactly. Put this to rest. Settle the rumors.
I know you're
Clockwork.
listening, Mr. E.
I know, Mr. E. There's two of them.
But they're both Mr. E.
Mr. Yeah. Okay. Mr. E's. Both of you E. To the E conglomerate, if you're watching, please call in.
They're
We're
not-
just waiting for a
They're
minute.
not
We're just
calling.
waiting. We're just waiting for a minute to let them dial the number. For anyone listening.
what was I about to look up?
Wasn't there there was some Juggalo news? We saw the new Fago flavor, and Shaggy was tasting it.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I did
Fuck
see that.
bro.
Fun.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can
I was
find
gonna
that.
say Shaggy's taste test fucking destroyed Jay's taste test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay's was like him sitting on a bed with his girl and like
Taking it seriously.
taking it all serious and like pouring it in champagne glasses and talking about the bubbles and all that. And I get like it was supposed to be humorous, but like, I way more enjoyed Shaggy
Oh, yeah.
like fucking
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little taste test if
Jam.
you're interested.
Shaggy's
Get
See
it,
how this
Shag.
sweet daddy tastes.
Shaggy is just
he does it right.
Do you think he did this to like troll Violent J almost?
maybe. Like, this is how you do it, bro. We're ICP. This is how you fucking do it. I don't care how old we are and how many girls and families we have.
Delicious.
Delicious.
It looks like he's like, where the
love,
fuck is
I
he?
love that. I love the way he
Fago
says
drink.
delicious.
He's like
too.
delicious.
Delicious.
It was way shorter, way more entertaining, and it was just better all around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it felt more in the vein of ICP.
Oh, that's great.
Well, Jay's like, okay, we get it, bro. You're fucking a hot chick. We get it, homie.
It's
We get it, bro.
Well, Shaggy has a Thanksgiving shirt out.
Yeah, that shit is tight as
That
fuck,
is cool.
homie. Yeah, that shit is the that's
I was
the
trying
shit.
trying to make it big.
It's
back
just
in-
Shaggy like having a fucking fighting match, like a wrestling match with a fucking big ass turkey.
It's pretty cool. Gobble
Yeah.
gobble, motherfucker.
Gobble gobble, motherfucker. I thought about buying it, but I didn't want a shirt that said motherfucker.
Yeah,
in my
I mean,
old age.
Who's wearing that?
I'm just too
you
old.
know?
At the gathering or a show or something, I would definitely be down. But you know, I don't collect shirts. I mean, I do collect T-shirts, ironically, but I don't know.
Oh,
You just
I
make
just
sure
didn't
you
want
wear
one
a-
with cussing on it,
just
man.
make sure you wear
Keep
a
it family
hoodie.
friendly.
I saw there was Morton's List, the Kickstarter came out for Morton's List.
I did see that.
Wait,
well,
what?
you posted about it, yeah.
To
Morton's
reprint
List.
it?
Yeah,
To
they,
do a new reprint?
they are doing a hardcover edition with like updated graphics, like added shit,
Oh,
like
dope.
I think the expansions built in, but the Kickstarter went live and it was funded in 3 days.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got on there. I'm getting.
We
more.
need a Morton's List too.
Yeah, that
I
would
know.
be cool.
I know that Morton's List. I know the lore behind it. It's just like it's sacred and like
Sure.
it's the sacred numbers and all that stuff. But like, okay, come out with another set of sacred numbers. With I'm sure it's probably hard to come up with that many activities.
Yeah.
Because if you just go through Morton's List, there's a shitload of ingenuity in just coming up with the tasks.
Maybe we need to come out with Deck One Dealt list.
bro. We need to fucking play Morton's List on the show.
We should when we get the hard copy.
Like
we will.
record it, yeah, record it in like segments. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
I have the old school original copy.
We've
Yeah, we
talked
do.
about it.
yeah, we should, dude.
Yeah.
Like, do it like after the show, play like a game for like 2 or 3 months. You know what I mean? And just film it and upload it. You know, us playing the game.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'd be down.
Y'all into
There
that?
you go.
Morton's-
You guys, let us know, guys. You want us to play Morton's List and record that as like a side
Well, you
segment?
know,
Let us know.
They're going to want to see us, get hurt probably.
Yeah, I mean, how much is there?
If it's
I mean,
just-
there's definitely some wrestling in Morton's List. So I
They're
mean,
going to
you
want to
never
see
know.
some sort of a failure or
They're going to want to see us
embarrassment.
get hurt. That's it. The mission is draw something nice, and it's like, oh well, let's stab each other with a pencil.
Pretty
I guess.
much.
we could do live versions of us playing it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, not live. Live that would be a drag because you got to think like a lot of them take you, like you have to get in a car and go somewhere. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
we could. I think.
Or you have to walk
Yeah,
somewhere or spend
exactly,
some time
exactly.
at a place. Like I remember one sent you to like it tells you to go to like a place like an Indian ground or something ancient that has history, like historical type shit, like a museum, and spend some time there. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of tasks where you actually have to go somewhere. If we're doing that shit live, they
You
gotta
have
like
to
sit
cut.
in the car with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We'll
there's
have
gonna
to
be
cut.
cuts. It's gonna have to be
Yeah.
something we film and
That's
cut.
true.
But we'll talk about that after the show. We don't want to talk business in front of the kids.
Well, I was trying to find another cool thing I watched, which was seeing Jelly Roll reminded me. Jamie Madrox did like an open verse on that Jelly Roll song. It was kind of cool.
Okay.
I can't.
What is
fucking-
open
It's a
verse
Jelly
mean?
Roll song.
That
Oh, an open verse.
long-haired son of a sinner. Oh
yeah. Open verse just means that they just they give you the beat and you just record like a side by side. It's like a TikTok thing. So like they'll sing the hook and then it'll just be an instrumental and you'll go, so I'm coming on and I'll be running strong and everybody got to get it on phenomenon, and like they'll rap along to just like an instrumental and they call it an open verse.
I'm trying
And so usually it's real popular on TikTok because one side will be the person like going like this.
Yeah.
And then or oh or something like that, and then like you're supposed to rap or sing or whatever over it, and it's supposed to be like you're working together, even though you don't fucking know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I get
Yeah.
it.
So that's
Yeah, I can't.
real
find
popular on TikTok. But yes, coming up on YouTube and shit like that too. But yeah, that's mainly where it took off is the TikTok world.
Let me see if anybody in the chat threw anything out there.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are you looking up over there?
Oh, just some videos that the chatters sent us. Some of our.
Oh, our videos for the show.
Pulling up a good one. Okay, let me know if there's any that's check that out, and if there's any that's really good, pull it. Let me know. McNasty. Oh, what's up, Real Freak? McNasty said movies seem like a compilation of singles mixed with some new material. Okay.
All right, word.
I listened to Cage after Eminem said he bought Cage's tape, opened it, and dubbed over it.
Right.
What's up, Nobody Man? Ninja with a pencil. Whoop whoop. To y'all, we appreciate you.
Yep.
Jester Beast, Weevil, and Archray. What's up? All right, nothing important there. Doesn't Morton's list always end with sucking off a homie? It does.
Always,
And that's what
when
they're
you
gonna be
roll
waiting for.
17. Once you finally roll 7, if you've never played Morton's List, if you roll a 17, it takes you to a page and it just says "suck each other's dicks," and then you whip your dicks out and you give each other head for as long as you want. There's no time limit, but there's also no minimum time, so you can just go at it as long as you need to as homies. You bust a load in each other's mouth and then you roll.
Yeah.
You roll again.
Isn't
So
that what
everyone wants to roll 17.
Isn't that what the name of Morton's list is? It's like Morton's
Like-
stuff. His
like-
his
Yeah, it's a joke because he's saying like, "Give me your salty fluid, like your cum, your salty liquid," and it's
Yeah.
like Morton salt.
yeah.
Morton's List.
Yeah, he's like,
You know,
"Here,
so
here,
who's the saltiest guys?"
Swallow this list.
Yeah, swallow my list, and don't chase it.
So now. Did somebody send us a video of them playing Morton's List, or was it something else entirely?
Well, if you scroll up a couple, there's one where they're right there.
This one?
Yeah, they played Morton's List for like 3 days, and I guess at the very end, this is like what happened. So it's
Okay.
supposed to be really cool.
Okay.
I didn't look at it, so I'm not sure. But they said, yeah, this is what we did.
Wee
This
wee
is-
suck fart fairy hairy poopy scooby pee pee poopy doopy loopy fuck nut. Shit piss fuck cock pee pee wiener butthole. Wee wee suck fart.
I don't know how Morton's List
Holy
brings.
shit! Those people are playing Morton's List.
They're fucking, dude.
They got an
Morton's
advanced copy of the new one. I think.
Dude, that is dangerous.
Dude, if you could do that, playing the new one, I'm in.
Okay,
No
here's
wonder
what
it got
I'm-
kickstarted.
Here's all
funded in 3
Here's all
days.
I'm gonna say. Don't roll a 20. Don't roll a perfect 20. Just don't do it. If you know what you're doing, don't roll a perfect 20 when you're playing Morton's List, and that won't happen.
Jesus,
It's day
Christ.
one shit.
Yeah.
Don't be a Juff, guys. Come on, guys. You know better. You know.
Was there anything else, or was that the only clip?
I think there's one of. there-
Oh wait,
well, boy.
you had that new Eminem video, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
check it
Brand
out.
new.
Play that new-
brand-
play
oh
that-
shit!
Play
Yeah,
that new.
here.
Play that new Eminem video,
Who sent
bro.
this? Give him props.
I shout out. Buckshot sent this in.
Buckshot,
shout out
shout
to our homie Buckshot. Thank you for sending this in. This is a clip of the new Eminem.
My name is Slim Shaggy Spencer.
Oh hell yeah, bro!
Hell
This
yeah.
shit's tight. I think he's just getting better and better with time.
It sounds just like his old song, though.
Yeah, I know. Well, look, it's history comes back around. You know what I mean? I think he's just trying to go back to what we loved about him, and I really
Wow.
respect that from Eminem.
All
Did you hear about that new?
Thanks, Buckshot.
Did you hear about that new?
Good looking. Thanks for that clip.
There's a new Lord of the Rings. I guess Schmiegel's rapping now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, if you go up, but somebody said it was like, not really ICP
This one?
related, but yeah, like this one's
Smeagol
most-
from Lord of the
New
Rings.
Yeah.
Schmiegel rap? All right.
Yeah, Schmiegel's rapping now. Yeah.
Okay.
It on your mama right now that I just spit. I don't spit when I speak on these bars. I just lay it down hard.
Ooh.
Ain't no cap in my rap. this game is for real.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, bro.
I mean, he's about to drop a masterpiece. You know?
He's spitting bars.
Yeah.
Damn, Frodo ain't got no Flodo. Shit. Fuck
Man,
all
I'm glad.
y'all,
I'm so happy people send us like
Fuck
like,
Mordor. This
like-
dude got more bars.
cutting edge shit, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you guys for
Deck
sending
One Dealt
us things.
exclusives.
I think if Schmiegel teams up with Eminem, the new Eminem, I think that would be a cool.
Oh, for
song,
sure. I think you're onto something there, man. You should become a manager.
Yeah. Hit me up.
That's
I'll
the
manage
shit.
you.
Yeah, anybody wants a good music manager and not one of these suckers that's just going to try to get you on the radio,
Yeah.
hit up this guy. He knows. He's got the business.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it figured out.
I know how to get you on Spotify.
Exactly. So can you do that yourself?
Wow.
Can you?
Damn.
Is that something easy to do? Is that a Google search away? No.
no, sirree, Bob?
Yeah, so you want to get on Spotify and start making the big sense? Let us know.
Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Was there any other Juggalo news that we missed?
I'm sure we did, but like we need DC Fago guy to kind of be here to like be like, hey, stupid, talk
Well,
about this.
Guess what? We're not fucking news. All right. We just shared with you exclusive news.
Only the news that comes up that like is big to us.
we
And
we only talk about exclusive news.
exclusive, guys, exclusive.
That's right.
Before we get into the Cage album, do we want to refresh if people don't know who Cage is, that he actually did work with ICP. He did.
Oh, yes.
he did that latest cipher they did.
Yeah, he worked. He helped set up the boom mics. I think he helped decorate a little bit.
No, he actually rapped on the song.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Cage, yes,
Nice.
he
Yeah,
did. He
yeah,
did. He
yeah.
did really good.
I
He
see.
he
He was
fucking
there.
killed it.
He was there.
You son of. What do you do before the show? Do you just take your little thermos with your little straw, your little sippy cup over there, and fill it up with Haterade? You fucking
I believe he was at a gathering. Am I wrong?
Cage.
Dude, Cage has such a cool look. Like, does he still rock that look? I wonder.
He's had like 85 different looks.
Like the mustache and the long greasy hair. I love it.
That's just new. That's pretty new. That's
I mean,
pretty new.
being
man.
a dope rapper and rocking that look is a statement.
That's his Sam Hill persona, isn't it?
bro, there's a few that have done that. You got to think Slug from Atmosphere also has the
Yep.
kind of rapey mustache.
I mean,
you know,
That's cool, man.
Idea had the long greasy hair and
long greasy hair and the mustache.
at the
Yeah, I
end,
think
yeah.
at one point, if you're an independent rapper, you're just like you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm gonna grow my fucking hair out and get a
just say-
mustache.
Well, not only that, you're out grinding and touring. You don't have time to go get fucking constant haircuts and shit. You know,
Yeah.
you just let the shit grow.
ICP had long hair, but they never got the mustache. They just did goatees.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
true.
But
That's
they did
true.
have the long hair.
You know, I would be interested to see like a Violent J with just a mustache.
Violent J with a violent cop. He'd be like, I need you to get the fuck out of the fucking car, motherfucker.
That's fun.
Before I take this fucking flagpole and stick it up here. No, I'm just playing that way. I hate
yeah.
no.
That was my only exposure to Cage, other than the couple songs you played, you know, in the on our way to the gathering.
Yeah.
Carv.
He did have he was on a soundtrack for the movie Bully.
Really?
You remember that movie?
No,
Bully.
no, I don't remember a movie called Bully.
You had it at one point.
Bully?
You had it on DVD. I remember.
I had a lot of DVDs.
Was because I'm thinking of multiple movies.
Who's in Bully?
Was Bully the one where they kill the bully?
Yeah.
There's like a bully that picks on him, and all the kids like join together to murder the
Yeah.
bully. Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
It's a pretty wild fucking movie. I
That's
I
shit.
actually enjoy it. It's fucked up, but it's cool.
Hell yeah.
That's legit, man.
And it was from the same either the same director or writer as Kids.
Is that a Ouija Mac shirt you're wearing, Keezy?
No.
Oh, that looks.
I don't think so. Oh fuck, is it?
Oh, I thought it was. Okay, no, okay. It's Michael Myers, but it looked like Ouija Mac. I just saw all the lines and I thought that was dreadlocks. I was like, oh, that's a Ouija Mac shirt.
Chris
It is
got
not.
excited
How
there for
dare
a
you.
minute.
It is
How
not.
dare
I was
you.
so excited. I was like, finally,
I wouldn't be caught
he's
dead.
on board. He's on board. We're getting him there, guys.
No. Maybe if I lose a dare. If I'm wearing a Ouija Mac shirt, no, I lost a dare.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or lost some kind of bet or whatever.
If you're
No,
wearing
no, he lost at Dare, meaning that he started doing
Yes,
drugs.
Correct. That's what I meant. But yeah, Cage, he's crazy, man.
Well, no, he really is.
So, like,
he was in he was in a mental institution.
We were talking about it a little bit before the show. Like, listen to this album. Like, I'm assuming he's just telling stories, but I don't know I don't know nothing about his personal life. So, how much of the shit he's saying on these songs?
Let me ask, how many stories did you follow? Because he can't be a hard listen to follow his stories the way
he's told a lot of stories.
Yeah.
And I will say this, for the big stories, he was being almost exclusively honest, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like the Shoot Frank, like anything where he's talking about his dad, like being in the military, being extremely addicted to heroin. That's true. And there's stuff like that he uses alliteration on. So, for example, in one of the songs he says, and the irony of him giving a stuffed rat to his newborn son.
Yeah.
He's talking about a Mickey Mouse doll. You know what I mean? But that's the alliteration, a stuffed rat. You know what I mean? And
that's what he sees.
yeah, he's not saying, but when you hear that, it sounds like, is that true? He gave his kid a stuffed rat? Because
No,
you think of like a fucking, or me, I thought of like a fucking, what do you call it?
Taxidermy.
Taxidermy rat.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I got it. He does that a lot on that specific song.
But that's one reason why I love Cage, is because you have to think about this. He's like, what is he? Because he doesn't mean a literal stuffed rat. You're like, what's he saying? And then coming to the conclusion of the Mickey Mouse doll, it's like, oh, this is how how he saw his life. It was disturbed. He was disturbed, and he took everything as this like, morbid version of what was happening to him.
I mainly mean like I get the whole use of metaphors and theatrics and all that stuff.
He's good at that, though. He really is good at that. I think.
Yeah, he's great at it.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at is more like the stories just about like his childhood specifically, or
like his dad, like the one where he's Too Heavy for Cherubs, where he's talking about his dad getting high on heroin and him having to tie it.
And that song is like, it's all through the eye. Yeah, it's all through the eyes of a little kid. And like that, it's amazingly done. That honestly is like, I think, my favorite song on the album.
Dude, that's a great one.
But I love how he did it, and like all the metaphors and everything like that. My thing was, I guess, if he actually experienced like that kind of shit when he was a kid,
Yes.
I would think so. If you actually watch his interviews and you watch interviews of people that know Cage, and a lot of that is true. A lot of the stories he's saying he's pulling from things that happened to him.
Yeah.
And he really did.
He did live in like a really shitty childhood, and then I know he went to Stony Lodge mental institution. Only because he has songs and everything named after that. But
this is why Shia LaBeouf wanted to make a movie about this, because
he did live a fascinating life. He lived in a mental institution. He would rap to keep himself occupied, basically. Then when he got out, he felt, he even says kind of a lyric, I think it's in this song actually, where he says, I woke up in something in a rubber rap, or woke up during an autopsy in rubber rap hell. He comes into the rap scene when New York was kind of starting to I don't want to say fall off, but the South was really, starting to come up bigger and bigger. New York was losing some of its shine. I mean, he's
from New York City.
Hell. Yeah, he is. Yeah. He is New York born and raised.
This is such a great opener track. It's fucking raw. It's got a great beat.
Yeah, LP.
Another thing, LP. The production on this album is amazing. LP, and kind of that sound you hear nowadays from like Run the Jewels and things like that. LP's kind of started the synthy rock, heavy boom bap type of production years and years ago, and nowadays a lot of people do that.
So, how involved? You're saying LP was involved with the production on this album?
Yes.
A lot of it. There was like 3 producers for this whole album. LP is responsible for probably 70% of this album.
Okay.
And then there's like The Guardian or something.
And LP is on the hook of
something.
this.
Yeah.
This right here.
Yeah, LP is the guy singing on the
Okay.
hook right now. There was the Guardians or something. Guardianship or something was another producer. And one of the things I really fucking love about this album, I remember ordering this album. It came with another album that was just the beats.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
no rapping on it, yeah. So it was like kind of...
Yeah, it has Kiku, artwork design, LP, executive producer.
Yeah, he was the executive. I know there was 2 other producers on this album though. You can tell LP because, like Carver was pointing out, he has a very like industrial kind of feel to it, almost a trademark. If anyone who listens to Run the Jewels will be able to recognize his beats like fresh off.
Yeah.
Like he produces very very full fucking beats. You know what I mean?
These are just lyrics.
And they're always hard hitting, and they have an element of boom bap to them. But he knows how to make it sound modern and.
Right.
I wanted to go through this album again while reading lyrics because, like, I feel like there's a lot of shit that just went over my head.
Yeah, I've listened to this album for sure over 300 times.
Yeah,
mean,
you'll
like,
get
it's been
that
a
with
lot.
Cage. You definitely have to read along with a lot of his stuff because he is a very abstract writer at times.
I mean, I
and-
love it. I love his
Yeah.
style. It's
The
really
thing-
great.
Yeah, like with this album, this was his first album where he wasn't on drugs. So every album before this, he was just a lyricist and was masking his demons a lot of the time. With this, he was letting them out of the bag, like really putting them on display. This is just, oh, there we go. There's produced by LP, first song. Second was Blockhead. Yeah, that was one.
And Blockhead is very similar to LP. His production.
DJ
Is that-
Shadow. Yeah, LP was on number 4. It was just Central Services was LP and Camo shit together. Yeah, RJD2 did number 5.
Yeah,
Blockhead.
RJD2's the shit too.
LP was number 8.
RJD2 is from Columbus,
9L.
by the way.
Yeah.
R-
Even feels good.
Yeah, RJD2 is he's made great music as well, and he does big shit too.
Yeah. This is a dope ass song. It's kind of like a storyline song where he's going back in time and kind of visioning these two. This really big one occurrence where he gets hit by a car. His dad comes out kind of like in a fucking angry mood, knocks the shit out of the driver and scoops him inside, and then proceeds to like, beat the shit out of him and then say, yo, like, I need your help with something, basically, and then has him hold a
I like he says rubber snake.
his rubber
like,
snake.
like it's a toy.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm taking. It either is his toy or he sees it as a
Yeah,
either one is fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it could actually be a real rubber snake. Yeah, but he holds it, he shoots up, and then, has like his weird bonding moment, passes out, and at this point, Cage is like, yo, I gotta get the fuck out of this house. So he tries to escape. He runs for the fucking door, and it's it's all wrapped through the eyes of a little kid. So
I like how he's like, I couldn't even count the money,
yeah, went in his pocket and couldn't count it.
Yeah.
And
There
and
it
then-
is.
Yeah, it has like things where he says like, I went up to the deadbolt, but I'm too weak to turn
Yeah.
it.
It's dope. I mean, like the imagery is beautiful.
Yeah, amazing. And he finally gets his chance. He bolts, and his dad scoops him up, and then of course that's where we're, out of the song. Chris, where you going?
It's so dope how he does that shit.
Yeah,
too.
and I mean it's a very uncomfortable. I think the end of this song is very uncomfortable. It's like how, when you talk about idea, I get those same feelings from this song.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like he's saying something about. Doesn't he like go into a flashback? His dad and like an army flashback.
Yeah, he's like Private Murray.
Yeah.
Or you're my little son.
yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
all that shit's like, oh man.
It's disturbing because he probably heard shit like that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, that's
it's so
one thing.
it's too accurate.
Yeah, Cage does like this album is his most honest album. If you really want to know like shit he goes through and all that, just like the song Stripes, that's a biography on his dad.
Yeah, that song rules.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs on here too.
Yeah, I mean, the best in my opinion are going to be the songs that really talk about his life.
There's so much content in Stripes. It's like hard to follow.
Yeah.
Like, you have to read with that. I think.
Yeah,
You
I
have
think
to
so.
at least read it once.
Yeah. But yeah, this was Too Heavy for Cherubs. Very like dark song, but brilliantly written. Like amazing illustration, like in the lyrics and shit.
Yeah, you can definitely see his distorted version of reality through the way he writes and stuff like that. And like I said, I was telling you guys earlier, like it is horror. It's like psychological horror, trauma based horror, and it's more along like if we're talking about psychopathic, that's like schlocky 80s style horror.
Yeah, like
You know,
slasher movie
fun
shit.
fun horror. As where Cage, it's disturbing shit like that. Like I said earlier, think of an A24 movie. Think of something like that. You know, where it's just disturbing to your core. You're like, oh my god,
This is giving me diarrhea. But yeah, yeah, and then I like how it ends with him like kind of tripping out and hearing that marching, and then it goes into his political song, which is Grand Old Party Crash.
I will say this is probably my least favorite song in the album.
I love this song.
It's cool, but I don't know. I don't like my rappers really being political that much.
It's interesting, like, and this is where it kind of speaks to the time because Eminem was doing this shit back then too. Like,
well, this was Bush era.
Yeah, like Eminem was like making Mosh and Toy Soldiers and shit like that, where it almost like in pop culture was expected almost of rappers to like have an opinion about the political climate.
And this definitely does paint the picture of the time. You know, you hear the song and I feel that, and I fucking hated that time with the Bush era. It was so shitty. So it's like you hear this and it takes you back to that. I'm like, that's one of the reasons why it's not
It's
my
just
favorite.
got some of the alliteration in this song, like how he just said, "I take a bath in water I wouldn't drink before gasoline."
Do you mean the metaphors?
Alliteration.
What do you mean by alliteration?
Alliteration is comparing things to one thing to another thing in a creative way.
He doesn't do as many.
I don't know the exact, but that's the best way I can explain
I'm
it.
not. I wasn't trying to call you out. I'm just making sure I get what you're saying. Because I think what you're saying is like the metaphors, where I think alliteration is when you say like, yo, beautiful babies bathing in a bassinet.
Well, he does that. I think
that's alliteration.
I think he does do that with the metaphors.
Oh, sure.
He's got his
so
metaphorical.
I think I was using the wrong word, so I'm probably thinking of metaphors.
Yeah. Okay, you're good. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same.
But
track.
some rappers do simple metaphors. He does do the alliteration with his metaphors.
I just want to throw this out there. I'm a juggalo, and I'm sorry.
No, dude.
I'm sorry for being stupid, guys.
Don't feel bad.
I was trying to do that without like making you feel bad about it. I'm sorry.
Don't
It's
feel
like,
bad.
I'll make you feel bad after the show.
English is one of my worst subjects. Even though I had a high reading comprehension, I can't express. Express English as great. But no, I get it. He does say a lot of words to express that metaphor he's talking about.
One thing I love about this is all the imitations that he's doing of Bush. All of those until the very end are things Bush actually fucking said.
Oh yeah,
that's what's crazy. Yeah, where he says like when he's like every hook.
Fish. He said something about man and fish can coexist.
Coexist peacefully. Yeah, I do believe that man and fish can coexist. He actually said that. Yeah. All the things up until the end. You'll notice when he starts freestyling because he's like, "Hey, Connie, give me my Bible. Give me the Bible. I'll keep the cocaine in." All that is him just playing. But up in the hooks where he's saying those quotes, those are actual quotes. All are avolic. Yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
Bush was a fucking idiot.
He was dumb as hell.
He was one of the dumbest presidents we've ever had.
Yeah, look, I think the best way to be is to say that they're all fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Because it just makes things easier that way. You know what I mean? Fuck them all. Don't take sides. They're all fucking idiots. And
that's what.
That way you don't have to get all passionate and like pick sides and look like a goof. You know what I mean? You can just say all of them are.
Yeah, and I don't think Cage was necessarily picking a political party to follow in this song. He was just rapping about what was happening at the time.
Well, Grand Old Party is the GOP.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he's like, and he's dissing Bush, and not to mention the political climate at the time was everyone hates Bush.
Yeah.
You know, so I think he was kind of feeding into that.
And he even says in the lyrics, he says, "I'm a far left something." He says something far left in here. Yeah.
But yes, you're probably right. He probably doesn't care, but he's just like, you know, this is who's president, so let's shit on them, you know.
Well, I mean, he was doing a bad fucking job at that time. You know what I mean?
He was.
So that's the thing. It's kind of like we went through the Trump era. It was the same fucking thing. Yeah. No matter what you think about Trump or where you're at, like we went through that shit, and it was very divisive. Bush was the same fucking thing. It was extremely divisive time. Like, I get it.
Bush was just. They needed a guy to get the war moving. And so they threw Bush in there. They were like, you know, he's our guy to get this fucking war moving in that whole thing. But the very last thing he says on the song is the Bush character says, "We're stopping tyranny, except right here." You know what I mean? And that's what I got from this song. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't mess with Texas.
Yeah, because the whole song, we didn't touch much on the actual lyrics of the song. Like I don't remember much about it, but while I was listening to it, like that song, it's a lot of lyrics about how fucked up our country is and how nothing's getting really done about it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
I mean, but that's more of the typical
I
rap
don't-
stance to take on a political issue.
and I still don't look at it as preachy because, like, if you go back and listen to the actual lyrics of the song, they're genius lyrics. They're really fucking dope metaphors. And I think the whole song was just done really fucking well. I love this too, just because this is like him talking about
is one of my
his
favorite.
start. This is like his biography.
Yeah.
And-
This is probably my favorite song on the album, just because it's a banger. I love the beat and I love the way
This song does roll.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That psychiatrist used to hold my cock.
I mean, he's just. This is the Cage I like. This is what a lot of what you get on movies. You
Right.
get this kind of Cage.
Where he's just like spitting
sure.
bars.
Yeah,
and it's biography.
yeah. And that
Since my
beat,
years
is
tripod.
heavy. Who produced this?
Let's pull
Oh
that up.
my god, that psychiatrist used to hold my
This
cock,
No,
smoke
not
my
that.
pot.
Oh, there it is.
LP and Camu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
LP
This
and Camo,
this
yep.
this shit bangs.
Produced by Central Services, which
That's-
is LP and Camu Tao.
Yep.
And Camu's on this, and his verse is fucking
Oh,
fire.
Yeah, Camu is a fucking brilliant. Also, for those out there, he's from the same city as us, Columbus. Him and Copyright, who were both members of the Weathermen and the Eastern Conference All-Stars.
And,
How many
and-
little groups did they have?
Well, Weathermen, the best way to think of it is kind of like Great Britain and the UK, right?
No, please, put it in Juggalo terms.
No, Juggalos get fucking. How stupid do you think?
No, you gotta tell me he's ICP, he's Twisted.
Oh
he's
well,
Blaze.
okay. So the way to think of it is
Who's Dark Lotus?
The Weathermen would kind of be. Well, shit. This doesn't.
I don't know.
This doesn't work.
All right,
You
so
got to
who's-
give me time to
so
plan.
who's
Anyway,
drive by? Who's somebody's drive by?
The Weathermen was, I literally think, Copyright, Cage, Camutao, and LP, right?
no, there was more than that. It had Tame One, Yak
yeah.
Balls.
So they were the
Balls,
writers.
yeah.
LP, Aesop Rock was in it.
Yeah, it
for
was
a
like
while.
all the rappers from there. Eastern
Yeah.
Conference was literally like a label put together.
Okay, so they were
Well,
Psychopathic
Eastern
Records.
Conference was
Got
a
it.
collective.
They were
Yeah.
Psychopathic Records.
They were Psychopathic Records, and
Yeah.
then they had a collective, which would be the Juggalo World, like Cottonmouth Kings. If imagine if ICP and the Cottonmouth Kings and Tech Nine and Bookshot and all of them got together and created they just all made songs together as a huge collective.
Dope.
That's what Eastern Conference is.
Yeah, it was like, that's why I said the Eastern Conference, like a conference of a bunch of people from the East.
That's
I think
exactly
is what
right.
it's supposed to mean.
East Coast. It was the best of the East Coast. Eminem
Yeah.
was part of the Eastern Conference All Stars at one
Yeah,
point.
he was on one song. I actually have that album.
Yep, R.A. the Rugged Man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they had a lot of dope ass fucking East
I think
Coast
it was a
rappers.
revolving door of just something they could put together to display all these people from like the East Coast.
I got you.
Right.
That's sweet. It's almost like mixtapes.
And there was people from like big heads in the rap game.
How,
that
how
were,
come
like,
wordplay
behind that.
wasn't in that shit?
I don't know. I wish they were, because it was going on around that same time.
Yeah, it was the same time, but you gotta think it was like their collective. Like you had to kind of know
I see.
somebody in their pack. You know what I mean?
And I think Blesty were going more for a big label. They were trying to like reach a
The
big
song
label.
that M did was with Camo Tao.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was them two together. So I'm sure he probably knew Camo.
Oh man, we fucking
some shit.
we talked right through his verse, by the way. Which
Oh yeah,
Fire
yeah.
ass
I
verse.
would go back. Yeah,
You wanna go back? All right.
Yes, I'm not kidding. It's one of the best parts of the album is Camo's verse. And rest in peace, Camo's dead.
yeah, and where that beat
Anyway,
just
yeah.
ties
When it
in right
switches
there,
over.
It's great.
I
Yeah,
like
but-
how he's like rapping, 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 like that
He
shit
was,
was dope.
he was an expert on styles, man.
Yeah.
Camu was an expert on styles.
Yeah, that's
he
sweet.
could do like slow, weird, wacky stuff, and then fast, and then I think his biggest influence was Pharoah Monch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Pharoah Monch is a fucking beast too.
Yeah.
Like he was great with like with metaphors and just like wordplay and shit like that. He was one of the nuttiest.
And if you listen to Megahertz, which is RJD2, Copyright, Camu Tao, that was their group, Megahertz.
They're like the East Side Ninjas.
yeah. It was like just a
Thank you,
Columbus.
thank you, Keezy. Thank you, Keezy.
It was a Columbus collective, and on that album, Table Scraps, you can hear the Pharoah Monch in both of them. Both Copy and Camu were like Pharoah Monch obsessed, like rapper, like they wanted
Right.
to be him.
Yeah, Def Jux was a label. Weatherman was like a group
Okay.
within a label, and then Eastern Conference was a collective.
Got you.
Yeah. That was actually handled by other people other than Def Jux, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There
Yeah,
was
Def
people,
Jux was
there
on
was
it,
people
but-
from other New York like labels that were part of
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
big heads and shit.
I'm like
So-
95% sure that the Eastern Conference wasn't like
Didn't have nothing to do with
Def
Def
Jux's
Jux.
shit. They were just part of it.
Yeah.
So it's like in comic terms, like Def Jux is like the omnibus.
Def Jux is
sure.
the center of all this shit for sure.
Def
yeah.
Jux is like Rhymesters.
Okay.
Yeah, they're a label. They're a label, but a
They're
label
an
of the
independent
primary-
label. Yeah.
Like you had to have Cage, you had to have Aesop Rock, you needed LP, Yak Balls, Tame One. All of them were on Def Jux together.
I
know
got
what
you.
I mean?
So they were like they were like
they were
graphic
like-
novels.
They were New York
thrown
and New
into
Jersey.
books.
Yeah, New York and New Jersey.
They were
but
like-
outside of that, people were part of the Weathermen, a bigger thing. And then outside of that, you had people in part of the Eastern Conference All Stars.
Just a lot. There's a lot of rappers in the
Yeah, there was a time when it was like I said, I just got moved from the Juggalo world, and I had this whole other world of lore. I was like,
That's pretty
ooh,
cool.
here's 15 other fucking rappers that are all part of this.
That's fun. I
And
wish-
it was they kept the fam shit that was falling out of the Juggalo world was growing there. So that's kind of what I went to.
And they don't do it no more.
Nah. But Juggalos do, so
Yeah.
Wicked Clowns will never die, motherfucker.
Wicked Clown style.
Yeah, Wicked Clown style. There you go, man.
Am I a basic bitch for this being my other favorite song on this album?
No, not at all. This song is fucking
Yeah,
deep
this song is great.
and amazing. I think the hook is haunting. It's the shit.
I kept having the hook stuck in my head like all week.
Yeah, I can hear your death singing in it. Yeah, my buddy, one of my y'all remember Calico? We rapped with. He was on our label for a while, but
Big Chris Calico!
Yeah. No, well, not Chris Calico. Our friend Matt Calico. But he listened. He used to love this fucking song. But yeah, when he saw we were posting, he made a comment on Facebook, and yeah, like shouts if you're watching, Matt. This song's the shit. But yeah.
Fuck Bill Murray, not
the
the actor,
actor.
the deadbeat. You know,
Just smacked her and slapped her. Right? Yeah.
and this song's just talking about how his dad would just beat the shit out of his mom and stuff.
Well, kind of. I mean, it was just it's his dad's biography. It's about
Yeah.
Bill Murray, who his dad is his dad, but not the actor.
Yeah.
But
he goes in. Doesn't he go into his grandpa as well? His dad's dad.
yeah, that's
Oh,
where
yeah,
it
I
starts.
think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it starts with Bill Murray, the original, and then it goes to Bill Murray, his son, and then him meeting his mother him basically beating the shit out of her, keeping
Yeah,
her in
he's
the
like,
house.
she knew exactly how the gutter tastes. I
Yeah.
was like, oh.
Yeah, father threw her kid in custody right when the water breaks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, oh, like the imagery, man.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, there's
venomous
some
and
fucking disturbing
Like
imagery.
he could have said like he threw her face down right in the water, but like
Yeah.
she could
She
tell
know
you
exactly how
the
the
gutter
gutter
tastes. Like
tastes.
just the poetry,
Yeah.
with the word choice.
That's why I really like this album, because it wasn't just lyrics. I think he was exercising demons on it and really getting out like his darkest stories. And so this
Yeah.
was just like when I think he had the best storytelling.
Yeah.
I remember hearing these songs like sitting in I ordered this album, got it, sat in the dark. I remember I went and got some weed. I got like a quarter of weed, drove back to my mom's house. I was
how old are you? Like 20?
early
No.
20s, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2005. I was like 20 years old. Yeah,
Yeah, that's early 20s. I was
yeah.
like 24.
I wasn't 21 yet because I can remember this album was already out. Yeah, but anyway, so I'm sitting outside of my mom's house. I remember because I live with my mom, and I was about to go in. I was just like, I'm gonna listen to a few songs and then go in. I sat out there for like the whole fucking album, just like listening to it, and was blown away. Yeah, it was one of the greatest albums I've ever heard
Hell yeah.
at the time.
And then this one.
Yeah,
I do like
Now-
the feel of this song.
golly, Daryl Palumbo.
I just think that the hook was
It was a weird look. Cage loved there's this band that Cage signed called Head Automatica, and this is who this is. This is the singer from Head Automatica who Cage thought was amazing. I am not a fucking fan. I
Also-
think he's whack.
I got you. So it's like
It's also where Cage started getting his style from. I think like the indie rock style, and
So it's like how Twisted works with Oh the Horror, but Oh the Horror doesn't do music anymore as Oh the Horror, but they still get Grady Finch to sing on hooks and shit.
Yeah, okay, exactly. Right. See, there you go, Juggalos. That's what we have Keezy here for. He's our translator for the
I gotta
Juggalo
figure
world.
this out. I gotta make it make sense for me.
That way,
man.
yeah.
it was like the it's like the Alien Ant Farm song, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where they
Our firmly,
Yeah.
our
Maybe,
firmly.
something like that.
It's like when you have to explain a dead pet to a child. That's how you have to explain like rap shit to Keezy. You have to put it in psychopathic terms. You're like, okay, so this guy would be like Jay. And he's like,
And then I'm like, wait, so he could Mad Professor that son of a bitch right back to life, right?
right,
It's
yeah,
like, well, what happened to that group? Well, that group had to go to the farm.
right, yeah. That group. Well, we had to take that group to the Marsh Lagoon.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
gotcha.
Yeah, this is kind of whack. Watching the trains pop, pop.
I do like that.
Now, that's not too bad. This isn't too bad, but this next part, this is fucking horrible.
It should have stopped here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. He was just like, I feel like he had wrote that, and Cage was like, do you just want to, like, I don't know, freestyle over this section? He was like, sure. And then you get this right here.
This is another way it sounds like it's a product of the time too.
Yeah, this shit is whack, bro. When I'm in the car, I manually reach
There's a
out
video.
and turn my audio all the way
Are you
down.
for the song?
There's a
Yeah,
video
for
to
this there
song,
is. Yeah, there's
Why?
a video. Yeah.
Of
I
all
know.
the songs.
This
Because he fucking loved that singer, Daryl Palumbo.
Yeah.
He used to push. I remember this was early days of social, like MySpace shit. He used to push the fuck out of that, and I'm like, you've got like so many dope ass artists on your fucking label, and you're pushing this shit. No one gives a fuck about your fucking emo band.
Kind of like
No one
Violent J
gives a
pushing
fuck.
Ouija Mac. I know.
No, nothing like that. Ouija is actually dope.
Well,
This is much different.
That's one of the biggest criticisms of
and Ouija's
Cage
actually
fans.
rap, and you're talking about Psychopathic, which is a rap label.
One of his biggest criticisms from Cage fans is the fact that, he changed so much, and they're like, man, I just want the old Cage. Like, why, if you read comments, that's a big criticism of him.
Yeah, he became very emo, but like this was like the start of it. I feel like he signed this band and was like, "Oh man, I want to be emo too." And then his next album, you kind of see that. You know what I mean? Like it's "Depart From Me." It's literally the name of it is emo as fuck.
Yeah.
Hell's Winter is like a dark kind of name. You know what I mean?
I think
but
Cage,
"Depart From Me." you know?
Cage like idea, really wanted to get away from his past.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because in interviews, Cage says basically says he hates what he was like during the movies for the blind era.
Yeah.
Cage with the hat pulled down and the fucking blunt, the leak blunt. Like he hated that. He was like, that's not me anymore. When I got sober, I completely changed, and and that's kind of same thing happened to Idea. He wanted to get away from that battle image he used to have. So they go like full force into this new image and shit. And I think that's what happened with that.
Right. And I mean, you can even see it right here. He starts to get longer black hair. He's starting to get more of he's got flashbacks to his old look with the fitted cap and all black and all that. That's kind of his Weatherman, style look. But yeah, like he's starting to get, he's starting to, and see, look at that fucking clown. But like he tries to get that exact look. Son. Yeah, just not a fan, bro. Scenester. I've dated some scenesters.
So what the fuck is a scenester? I don't understand.
A scenester, a
like a
suicide
goth
girl.
chick.
Suicide
Yeah,
girl.
suicide girl.
That's just
Yeah.
another
He
name
does
for a
say suicide girl at some point.
Yeah, a scenester. That's the easiest way to think of it as a suicide girl, but like a class of suicide girl. They're very attention hungry. They're always at the bars, like being super loud, like, "Oh my fucking god! Oh, hey, Ricky, come here! Get your fucking ass over here, dude! Get your fucking ass over here, motherfucker! You fucking asshole! Oh my god, is this fucking guy? Come here!"
They call their sister that's their
like-
slut. Like, get over here, slut.
Yeah, come here, fucking slut. These are my bitches. They call their friends like my bitches. These are my fucking bitches. And they always have like shit in their fucking like different colored fucking yarns in their hair and shit. Scenesters. They got fucking like sores on their calluses on their hand from opening fucking bottles, Zima and beer bottles all the time. Scenesters.
What the fuck?
They're a class of Suicide Girls, but definitely they're a big class of Suicide Girls.
Gotcha. All right, interesting. I wasn't.
And
I
they're
never
big
heard
and-
of.
yeah, they're-
I never even heard of the word scenester until I heard this.
For the longest time, I thought it was a hipster, but it's New York slang. Like,
I see.
Yeah, definitely like.
I
their
hate the
boroughs.
hook on this song.
Yeah, it's a Scenester. Yeah, I know. It's kind of like a kid sitting behind you, like making fun of you, and you're like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah,
But
it's aggravating to listen to this in the car. Like,
yeah, no, I feel you. He could have done better on the hook on this shit. Agreed. But still, I fuck with the hook. I still sing that shit
I don't
when I'm
fuck with
singing
it.
along. Scenester.
I don't fuck with
If
it.
you don't like this hook, you would fucking hate Depart From Me. Because Depart From Me, he has a lot of hooks where he like tries to do like kind of that like punk rocky kind of sound. I don't know what that's that. Like, yeah, he tries to be more sing-songy on his hooks.
I won't bother then.
That's his next album, yeah. But there's some good shit on there too. But yeah, you wouldn't like it as much.
Okay.
I liked it. I think it came out around the same time By the Throat did.
Probably
Around
they're
that
moody.
same time.
Yeah, they're moody eras. Yeah, for sure. That was a time when a lot of the indie rappers were like, "Yeah, I don't fucking care anymore. Fuck it."
Well, it was
I'm
the
moody.
really artistic ones that really, they went through levels and changed a lot.
Sadistic kind of went through
Yeah,
that, and he
it was-
became like his current incarnation. I'm not a fan of, but
Yeah, Christoph did too. They like the super artistic ones really went for that kind of shit. But
oh yeah,
as to where you have people like in the underground, people like Atmosphere who've been consistent like their entire career.
yeah.
They've gone through phases, but it's not like it's not dramatic changes.
Did you hear the new Atmosphere songs that came out like last month?
No.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I'll say that one of them in particular is literally like just weird experimental music.
Oh,
That
wouldn't-
I
wouldn't
haven't
doubt it.
heard. The one that I heard a new Atmosphere song, but it was him and someone else, like a rock type dude. He's almost like a. Hold on, let me look it up because I added that shit to my playlist. That shit was
I listened
dope
to it
enough.
because like I just follow him on Spotify, so his new shit comes up. I was like, oh, okay, I'll check out a new Atmosphere. Cool.
Yeah.
And like I listened, I was like, what? It was cool, but it was fucking
empty.
weird.
It's called Empty Space. It's Justin Clancy and Slug.
This is
Yeah,
what I was.
I've seen this release. Yeah, that's such
This
a
is the one I'm
Oh
talking
no,
about.
I have not heard
Yeah.
this yet.
It's 2 songs or it's 3, but yeah, they're weird, man. It's called Traveling Forever.
Which Atmosphere Slug has the ability. I think he's fine to experiment now. He's been so consistent for
Sure.
so long. He's not doing it just because it's like part. He's like he has to change.
Yeah.
to forget his past. He's doing it literally just to experiment.
Yeah, he just making weird shit. Here,
Yeah.
I'll play for real quick a piece of it. Oh, this one he actually raps on. This one's cool.
Yeah, I mean his he's a poet too. He's always going to give you great metaphors.
This is all this is.
Well, that's not him.
I don't really like this.
I mean, I imagine that's whoever
It sounds like
Batflower is.
it sounds
but-
like 80s shit, and I'm not a. I'm
Which-
good on synths, bro. I think that shit sounds whack.
I think he does rap at some point, maybe. Oh, hold on, wait.
Which they've always incorporated, especially Lemons. They started incorporating synths on
There he is.
Lemons.
It's just weird, though. It's just weird shit. I thought it was cool, but
Hearing that doesn't sound too far from the part where he's rapping. At least
Yeah.
doesn't sound too far from like something that'd be on an album. Just
Okay.
more of a basic setup though. Hook.
This pussy is all over my feet. I've got it dripping. I've got pussy all over my feet right now.
That drip, bro.
come here.
Got pussy dripping, son. Yeah. If you were listening instead of watching, Kesey's cat is in the room tickling my feetsies. I don't like this song. This is my least favorite song on the album.
I'm not
personally.
huge on this song.
Yeah, I don't like this album. This is my least favorite song on the album. He has some decent bars on it, but I just hate the fucking hook. It's the perfect world. Don't be nervous, girl.
I think the whole second half of this album is a little lackluster.
I disagree. I very much disagree because like Lord Have Mercy is fucking amazing. Public Property left. I'd say the last album
Subtle
has some
Art
of
of
the
a Breakup song is one of my favorite songs.
I like
Yeah.
that song a lot too.
Yeah,
That's
I'd say
one
yeah.
of his best storytelling songs of all time. I
Yeah.
think.
And you get Left It to Us, which has fucking quite literally. I mean, it's pretty much Weatherman. you
Yeah,
know?
that's Weatherman right there.
Yeah,
Weatherman
KJLP,
track,
Aesop,
yeah.
Tack, Yak, and Tame at least. Not all the members, but a lot of them. Hi.
Copy ain't on there because by this time they're probably like, fuck him.
Hi, Cat.
He's got to come check you out, Chris.
He's all good. I mean, he's like licking my hand. That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. You want to check the chat?
I think
Let's
he's
see what
trying.
people are saying.
He's probably like concerned. He's like, I taste diabetes. I'm trying to see if you're alive. You don't have long. Maybe 2 weeks. Who threw up? I wonder what made them throw up.
What made who throw up? Oh, somebody said they threw up. Yeah, I don't know. DJ Slug. Chris, who's the ROC?
Who's
of
the
Weatherman?
ROC of the Weatherman? Ooh, that's a young. The ROC of the Weatherman probably Yak Balls. Probably.
All right.
I mean, he's dope, but
So the Weatherman is like they're not Dark Lotus. Weatherman is like House of Crazies then.
nah. Weatherman would be like
They are Dark Lotus.
they'd be the Dark
Yeah,
Lotus. I
Weatherman
guess. I
was-
guess they would
was
be
a
like Dark
supergroup.
Lotus. Yeah, it was a super group.
Okay.
So I would guess like Dark Lotus. Yeah.
He said McNasty said Megahertz is also from Columbus. Also was copyright Kamutao, Tame One, Jackie the Motor Mouth,
Yeah.
and producer.
J-
We
Jakai-
mentioned a few
Jakai,
of
yeah,
those.
Jakai the
Jakai the
Motor
Motor
Yeah,
Mouth,
Jakai.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Jakai was
sorry,
the
I
shit.
didn't know.
Which
him.
like he was, I guess you could consider him, but like Jakai didn't care that much about rapping as much as the other guys.
Yeah.
Like Jakai was a rarity to get because he just didn't care that much.
And then, of course, producer RJD2, who ended up also producing with Blueprint
Yep, Soul Position.
to create Soul Position. Yeah,
which
Oh
I
wow!
love
So
Soul
they're like
Position.
drive-by.
Yeah,
they're like drive-by.
Yes.
Yes,
I got you.
They're like they would be like the drive-by of
Gotcha.
the group.
I always considered Soul Position similar to Idea Abilities, of just an MC and a producer working together like a band.
I got you.
Yeah. So that's what
It's
you're going to
the
get with them.
perfect girl.
Great, and I love Soul Position. That's one of my favorite groups. Yeah, I don't know why my mic was turned down.
Yeah, I don't know. I touched it. You sound a
Yeah.
little low, so I think you sound
Yeah.
good now.
Yeah, yeah. Soul Position. They put out some amazing albums, man.
Yeah,
And their hometown.
8 million stories.
Yeah, 8 million
That's
stories.
a great fucking album.
Oh,
dude.
cool.
Yep.
I'm getting schooled. I've never heard of any of this shit.
And they're on Rhymesayers. The Soul Position was
When I
actually
say I'm a
signed to
hip hop
Rhymesayers.
head, like I definitely I've delved into mainstream hip hop for sure too, but most of that shit is for
Yeah.
sure like underground, bro.
I'm definitely a hip hop head with this era.
yeah, yeah.
The
for-
early 2000s, East Coast.
I'm not an
West
expert
Coast.
by any means. Like I'm not
Yeah.
saying my word is law, but I definitely love this shit and jumped into this fucking world wholeheartedly. You know what I mean?
And I think the reason why the internet or the underground scene was hit such a renaissance during this time is it was because they were finally able to do it because of the internet. The internet in the early 2000s started getting to the point where they could get out there,
yeah.
and everybody would start hearing about them, and that's why it blew up.
So were they popping off on MySpace and shit?
Yeah, dude, this time frame in the early 2000s, the underground was at its peak. It was so fucking
Fucking big.
big and so good. So yeah.
Fucking pussy's biting me, dog. Like damn, I got the pussy's mad at me again.
Sorry, dude.
Again.
Again. Oh, shout out Juggalo Collectibles. Whoop whoop. They just hit, I think, 10,000 subscribers.
What? Damn, bro. They're
Yeah.
fucking killing it, bro.
I was watching
You know what did it? It was the fucking video with DC.
Of
obviously.
course.
At that
I
point,
did the I was
not their
speaking
hard
of,
work.
Speaking of that Juggalo Collectibles, I was watching that Blue stream where he was trying to like damage control
What?
Blue.
Yeah.
Boy Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juggalo Collectibles was trying to help him, you said?
No, I'm not going to go into it. They just had a business interaction that didn't go great.
They know what we're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
They didn't have a business interaction that didn't go great, and Blue's on there trying to damage control and like play the victim and shit. It
It's
was
on their
so
show.
bad.
It's on
dude.
their show.
No,
on
I
their-
was watching Blue's stream. That like 3 people were watching.
Oh, okay.
not saying like we're that much better, but like
No, yeah, no, 100%. Like,
Carver-
we're not casting stones.
Carver has genuine care for Boy Blue.
I wouldn't say care.
I
was gonna say respect, but I
love
didn't
how
know.
immediately it's just like I wouldn't say care.
more of an obsession like a zoo animal. That's how he's kind of like he's kind of a version of King Cobra and Cyrax.
Oh, blended.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well,
so
no.
like there's times where you're like, I like him, and other times you're like, what?
He's nowhere near as entertaining, but he's I would say even more, but he's more pathetic than both of them.
Oh my gosh, damn,
Yeah.
bro, shit, I feel it.
Yeah. But you know what, Blue, if you're watching,
By the, just to go to the album real quick because I don't want to go to conversation because it's a good combo.
No,
but
this song rules.
this I would say straight up, if you are a Juggalo and you haven't heard of Cage, this is a song I would recommend starting with.
yeah, this song is amazing.
Yeah, subtle art of the breakup song.
And the whole song he's just describing in graphic detail like a car accident. And they're on drugs and shit.
Well, he like takes his girl. He's like basically picks his girl up. He's like,
Ketamine.
yo, I'm gonna. Yeah, he's like, yo, I'm gonna show you. You know, I'm thinking all the things I'm about to do with my girl's
Yeah.
body. In the second verse, he like wakes up in a car crash, in the middle of a car
Yeah.
crash, and you find out by the end of the song that he intentionally got in the car crash to kill his girl on her birthday.
Pretty crazy.
I fantasized, but I never had the guts to do it. You know what I mean? Waka waka, huh, fellas? We've all been there. We've all been there, but you can't get that swerve. Oh man.
I mean, he could have just shot her. Even killing her had to be artistic.
Right. I love that intro too. If you look to the left, you'll see a chart of all the drugs that you can possibly do. And if you look to the right, well, you know. It's like him. Like I'm the guy who's done all those drugs, you know. I've done a lot of drugs.
This song
I've
is
got a lot
tight
of
too.
ladies.
I like this song.
Some probably wouldn't have tried if I wasn't on drugs. Snakes are starving. For a mass like with souls.
Yeah, this song's tight. I love the beat on this song.
Right. Miss, so now I aim low. You're back for me.
Produced by Paul.
Paranoia fucks with the mind. Let me pull it out for real this time. Probably because I'm dead in the world, there makes it still have to be.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Literally, action.
Good banger.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he said it right there. Said everything I said on movies because of my buzz.
Oh yeah.
So he says.
I'm curious. He does one of these songs. He's telling a story about how he got fucked by the label and stuff like that. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that was earlier on in the album, I think.
Was it? I thought it was later. Oh shit.
It might
Public property.
Maybe.
Yeah, it might be public property. Yeah.
He's talking about how they didn't give me their masters and
Yeah, I think he had some label issues.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I
He's
don't,
had a lot of label issues. He's just like Blesty, where like a lot of his albums have released on different like distributors. So he has that issue on Spotify. If you look him on Spotify, you have to go to like multiple cages to get different albums. So like this cage will have 4 of his albums.
Oh, that's annoying.
Then you have to like if you want to Depart From Me is on a different label, so you have to go to like Depart. I think that's Just Def Jux.
Yeah,
it's
Jeff
fucking weird.
I think Depart From Me.
I think that's Just Def Jux. He did that solely.
That's
just-
annoying.
Yeah, so it's very annoying. But
He should just
he's
do,
one of the hardest artists to look up on Spotify. You just have to search for the album.
He
and
should
add
just
it.
do like
It's
what
not hard.
Taylor Swift did and just do Cage's version.
Yeah.
Redo him, man.
Right.
Do a
He's, he's on some like black Satan shit now.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
he's I think he's got an alter ego. I don't know if he's like serious, if he's like super serious into it. It might be just like a character he's playing.
Yeah.
But it's Sam Hill, I think is what he goes by for that character.
Cool.
And he's saying Santanic?
Super
Yeah.
satanic.
Yeah, literally, he's a
Yeah.
literal Satan.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bush
and
Bird.
we're
Nice.
not talking like horrorcore shit, but like actual talking about shit from like the satanic Bible.
Hell
like
yeah.
demons and
Yeah.
names and like
Sweet.
black magic. Yeah, I mean,
Count me in, dude.
Yeah.
He always had like that edge to him.
I mean,
because-
there you go, Keezy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, think about Hell's Winter. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, think about it this way, Keezy. He ended with black shit that's like Satan worship. And early in his career, he said the F word a lot. So,
yeah, dude,
you know,
that's
there
my
you go.
guy.
There's your guy.
That's
you know?
my guy.
But yeah, oh, that's a Deck One Joker. Left it to us. This is the Weathermen. You get to hear all of them at their fucking top. Tame. I just want to point out, Tame One and LP sound very fucking similar in this song. It's almost hard to. It's like hard to pick them apart, kind of.
So I get sometimes Yak Balls sounds a little like Cage.
Yeah. Well, Yak Balls is like a nerdy Cage.
That's what
Yeah.
I hear from Yak Balls.
I be the Weatherman.
You know, because this will be
That's Cage,
Cage,
right?
Yeah, it's a Cage. Yeah. Yeah, Yak. You're right. Yak has that real high pitched voice too.
Yeah.
He just sounds like a little nerdy Aesop.
Oh yeah, Ace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his
Love Ace.
King of the chops. Slither back for the lineage.
Yeah.
He's just always. This is Yak Balls.
By the way, he just came out with a new album that's fucking nuts, man.
Aesop.
Yeah, I've been listening to it.
L.
I think I listened to that Aesop album. One of them. I think we talked about it.
I would say a good one for us to do on here would be Spirit World
This
Guide.
is Tame.
Spirit World Guidebook, I think is what it's called.
I mean, it almost sounds like the LP and Tame one versus like
Yeah.
Yeah.
same verse.
Like
you
he
know?
just changed his voice up.
Yeah, they sound very similar.
Well, this
Oh, no,
this
that's
was the
them
New
again.
York underground sound during that time. It was,
Yeah.
I mean,
This is the shit. I'm sorry, Sharif, if you're listening. I'm sure this is torture for you. It's just background music. I love East Coast, like New York rap, and Sharif hates East Coast rap. I don't think he hates it. He just said, like, to him, he's like, it's just background music.
I mean, maybe
he's
if
like,
you
I kind of tuned it out. I grew up with that shit.
Yeah, growing up with that shit. Maybe like that's just how it is. Like
Yeah. I'm
Sure.
jokingly hating. I mean, obviously, you know, Sharif's the dude, but like, you know, he did say he's just not a fan of New York rap. He just heard it because he said he was like born or like lived in Spanish Harlem or something.
I feel like most people who went toward Juggalo type music probably just got tired as fuck of hearing the shit they had to hear.
No, I feel you. Yeah, that's fair.
But even
know.
I ain't hating on it. I mean, even if it ain't your shit, whatever, it ain't your shit. You
but
know?
even this was probably still hard to find. Even
Think so?
growing up in New York, yeah, you still had to look
Wait,
for this music.
Are you saying he's full of shit?
No, I'm just saying he's probably thinking of New York, the New York style as like the New York style
Like
mainstream
Wu-Tang?
knows, you know.
Yeah. Like the shit that like Fuck Out of Here was doing. you
Yeah,
know,
this
like-
is a fucking really. This is still you have to look and dig for this kind of music.
this-
Even though the underground was huge during this era, you still have to look for it.
Yeah. You had to be somebody in that scene who was
Yeah.
interested in it. It wasn't being played on, you know, your fucking TV.
Yeah.
Like this was a scene, like scene music, and it was a national scene. But for sure, you had to be an underground hip hop head. Like McNasty is a fucking encyclopedia on that shit. I know, to give him a shout out. But yeah, he's like a fucking encyclopedia. I'm a lot of underground or major hip hop too, but I know he's very versed on underground shit.
And it's funny out of all this stuff. I mean, LP and Aesop were the two that really made it out of this and you know made it damn near to the mainstream. I mean, definitely LP with Run the Jewels.
they're huge.
But Aesop is on Rhymesayers and he does insane numbers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's notorious just because of how
Yeah.
bonkers his bars are.
yeah.
Like I don't know what it is. Like I've listened to Run the Jewels a bunch,
Yeah.
and like I like Killer Mike rules. LP rules. They can rap their fucking asses off, but I can't give a fuck about their albums. Like,
Really?
don't give a fuck about any of the songs I've heard. Like, they're all just like they can rap and they're doing great jobs. Like, I just don't care about anything that they're doing. Like, it all sounds like boring shit to me.
I've seen him live and that was a fucking great show.
I'm
I
sure
think
it
they're
was.
like they're like future rap. Like
Yeah,
no,
like
I
maybe
feel
it's
you,
just
like-
over my head. I don't know. Am I just too dumb for it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Are you talking about the Eminem effect? I call it that because I love Eminem and I think Eminem is amazing. But do I load up Eminem songs in my car personally? Nah,
I do
never
that.
I don't, and I'm not saying no one does. I know
Yeah.
millions of people do, but for me, that's how I feel about Eminem. Every time I hear him rap, I'm like, yo, that dude is a fucking monster.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I don't listen to Eminem songs really ever. And it's not because I think he's whack. He's the shit. And I think those songs are great, but I don't it's just not something I care to listen to. Would
just-
you say like that?
It feels like they're always like. I feel like when I listen to Run the Jewels, I feel like I'm like being like yelled at the whole time. I'm like, all right, guys.
it's
All right, dudes. I get it, dudes. All right.
It's definitely you know.
Like,
It's it's definitely like a raw
Rugged.
form.
I'm like, okay, dudes. But yeah, you know, I don't know what it is. I love them. I think they're doing cool shit as far as like, I like that they're bringing dope actual lyricism to the mainstream because no other mainstream rappers are doing that, honestly.
I
I respect that for them, but
I think they are they're mainstream, but they're the king as far as like the younger generation. They're like the kings of the underground to them. That's them.
Yeah.
You know? It's a heavy hardcore sound that's modern sounding, but it's not like the modern rap that we think of that everybody loves. With
Yeah.
the mumble, the trap, the drill shit. But it does have a modern sound that appeals to young people, which is cool because that just shows you those guys are in their 50s and they can still put together and make it that high level.
Yeah, of course.
And appeal to a younger generation.
yeah, I respect the fuck out of that, all of that. I just have never wanted to listen to Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
I've tried to make myself like it by listening to it, but like I cannot do it.
It's not your cup of tea, man.
Nah.
That's fine.
But then I listen to shit like this and I love it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like this
I feel you.
rules.
Yeah, I feel you.
I listen to, you know, whatever, fuck out of here, Bless the Nation, whatever. I listen to that shit and it rules. So like,
Yeah.
I can still, I like to think that I still have an open mind enough for shit to get me, but I don't know what it is about Run the Jewels specifically that just doesn't like grab onto me.
Bro, you got to think our brains are complex ass machines. Everyone's is very different. You should never feel ashamed for liking something that you think is dope as fuck, even if everyone else is like, that's trash. And at the same time, you should never feel ashamed if you think something is trash that everyone else thinks is dope.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I feel like when it comes to something like that, like it's hard because Run the Jewels is I do respect them and I can recognize their craft, but they don't speak to me, but they speak to everybody else. So now I just feel like I'm the hater.
Yeah,
you
well-
know. Now I just look like I'm the contrarian guy. He doesn't fucking like Run the Jewels. You know,
Well,
like
I feel like to me, if you present your distaste for a band along with a reason why,
Yeah.
you look like a hater. If you present the fact, if you're just like, nah, I just don't like that shit,
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, you just don't like that shit. To me, a hater is like when you're like, oh, dude, fuck Run the Jewels, dude. Everyone fucking
Yeah.
likes him for
They
so
do
fucking
this,
much.
do
dude.
this, and
Oh,
they do
everyone,
this.
yeah, everyone likes them so fucking much.
I
But bro,
gotcha.
LP literally just makes the same fucking beat every time, and Killer Mike is just like, oh, I'm Mr. Liberal, listen to me fucking, you know, and like they'll give those reasons, and then at that point it's like, okay, bro, you're just being a hater, you know, like you're just trying to get into the passion of it.
I'm trying not to be that guy unless I'm speaking about Ouija Mac.
Right, of course. Hey man, look, you know, I know as the one guy who likes Ouija on the show that people are not, you know, that I'm not in good company. You know, I know you guys aren't fans of the Ouija.
I don't hate Ouija. He is to me the ultimate background music.
Yeah,
He's great background music, you're right, but I think he's great foreground music too.
I mean,
I don't hate him. I would say a bad word about
Yeah.
him, but would I ever pick to listen to him 1 second? No. Background fine.
He said,
Yeah,
he's
I mean, he's
like,
great.
he's like, he is literally the best possible music
For the
to
background.
play when I have something important to be doing that I need to focus on, so that I don't want to focus on the music. I just want noise to be there.
Yeah.
So you're saying Ouija Mac is the box fan of rappers?
pretty much.
Oh my god.
At the gathering, when I hear Ouija in the background, he gets you from like point A to point B when you're walking.
Dude, I want to fucking stop and fucking like start like fucking rocking out. Like, see, I sound like an old fucking nerd now.
He's good
When I hear Ouija, I want to stop and start rocking out. That's what I want to fucking do.
He's good walk music in between like a tent to the shitter.
From your tent to the shit.
Yeah,
I love how backhanded these compliments are.
and it's never in my headphones. It's always coming from a tent. And that's the thing. You hear Ouija in the background of the gathering everywhere. Everybody's playing him, and
it's
then you hear him
fine.
at the show.
Right.
So it's just yeah.
And then when you
Ouija-
hear him at the show, you could go do other shit.
Exactly.
Oh wait, and see this song though, since we're not commenting on it.
Oh, yeah, this song's
which-
pretty cool.
But yeah, I was gonna say it's religious. You know, you probably
Yeah.
like that. You know, and talks a lot about religion and stuff. You know.
So he was obviously raised in a severely Christian household, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah, so
right.
what
I'm sure his dad was a super Christian.
What was the
I
line?
love you, son.
Yeah. What was the line? Was it about his grandpa that like he wouldn't take his medication because of his religion?
Yeah, it was his grandpa. Yeah, who basically said like, yeah, I'm not taking meds because that's not God's will.
So his grandpa had mental issues too because of the World War II vet shit.
Yep.
Yeah, this song's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The last song was cool too. So I did say the last half of this album is not as good, but I don't want to make it seem like the last half isn't enjoyable, but it's not as memorable to me as the first half. Let me just say
I feel
that.
you. Okay, that's fair.
But the second half is still good music. Like there wasn't a song on here I was skipping, you know.
Yeah, he does come out swinging for the fences on that first half for sure.
I think if I'm skipping one, it's probably Scenester.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Scenester is not one of my favorites either. It's you know, you hear it once just so you're familiar with the term,
but it's
Move on.
aggravating.
Yeah, just the hook. Yeah, for sure. It's aggravating, just like a Scenester.
To me, to me, Scenester was like almost like what Slug did with that the early days of Atmosphere on like Seven Travels and
God Loves Ugly. He would do songs about like Scenester chicks and shit like that, but they just were way more soulful. So like you liked him. That was his version, but it's just a more annoying with that for some reason.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I don't like songs like that. I mean, Atmosphere did a ton of them that I liked.
Right. I love this intro right here, like the bar that he ends this with. Not for Dr. Zoom.
I like this song a lot.
Zoom. Swam back to the U.S. after Russian roulette. No deal on the table. Give me your label to suplex. That shit is so tight. And then the drums come in. Take
Yeah, who produced this?
I think this is LP.
Yeah, this is LP for sure.
I love this beat.
Yep, LP.
Yeah, I know this one for sure is LP.
Yeah, this song's pretty sweet.
Ground with blood. Cover the ground with blood.
What's he talking about on this song, you think? Just spitting bars?
Yeah. This is, I think, just like the summary of the whole fucking album.
The summary of his Hell's Winter. Hell's Winter.
Yeah.
What do you think he means by Hell's Winter?
Like, it's the worst of the worst.
Yeah, the worst of the worst, the darkest shit there is. Because, of course, like, I don't know, when I first hear it, you would think, like, when hell, when hell freezes over. And you're like, well, fine, hell's freezing over. But when you listen to the album, this is his deepest, darkest shit. You know what I mean? That he's putting it on an album. So I think that's what it's saying straight up. Like, this is hell's winter, you know? The skies show her love by injecting bleach into my eyes. Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah, this is just a summary, you know.
Dope.
Yeah, this is like, you want a summary of the album? This is
So I'd be remiss. I would be remiss if we didn't at least address Cage's lisp.
Lisp?
You don't recognize it?
No.
He's got a pronounced S.
It's a little bit.
Thesis.
He's like Mathis. He could decreases.
No, I don't hear that at all. I don't. Did you accidentally listen to a Necro
No,
album?
listen. My teachers. Teachers.
You know what it might be too? It might be the
Mixing?
mastering. The mixing
Yeah, I
and
think this is
mastering.
mastering because he doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't hear this. Like, I've heard Cade's rap a lot of times, and I don't. It's.
Yeah.
I don't hear
It's
that.
just the
that
essence,
list.
yeah.
I don't hear that list.
I've heard
from
that
him.
before. I know what you're saying. He does kind of have a pronounced S, but I think it's because he goes "Needers," in the way he's like pronouncing his vowels, and then the S comes in, and it sounds a lot.
Maybe.
I think that's a big part, but I think the mix. Some of these songs are not mixed.
He's
great.
like suffering, succotash. Suffering, succotash. I'm worshiping Satan.
Yeah. You gotta think this is underground mixing level shit. Even with this album.
All right. Well, I noticed it, and it's not like as bad as ABK's, but you're right. You could tell me it's mixing, and I'll believe you.
I think it's just mixing because, like, I have heard Cage rap a lot. If he has a lisp, it was only this album.
Okay.
Only this song.
All right. I just want to make sure I brought it up. I couldn't just.
Thank you for keeping your car integrity.
Yes, of course.
Well, if you listen to his interviews too, you can hear kind of the way he pronounces S's. I could see it coming out.
Yeah.
S's.
S's. S's.
Then I'll be dead. Look, all my teachers.
Teachers. Cage Kenneth.
What kind of god is this? Gave me the hottest.
Cage
bitch.
Kenneth mixtape.
Agent Orange.
What? So what do you think about
Agent Orange.
What do you think about the cover, the album cover?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I wonder what street that is.
It's not as cool as movies.
Maybe that's like a street that he lived on or something.
I think Movies for the Blind has like a. That's my favorite Cage album cover.
Oh, that cover is amazing.
Yeah,
it's
I
got
like-
some amazing animation on it. Or
Depart for me is a pretty sweet cover too. I think it's a simpler, but it's more effective. This one just looks like a Photoshop throw together. Honestly,
yeah, Depart for me. Didn't he? That's the one who's like bleeding a rainbow or whatever. isn't it?
yeah, it's like somebody. I think it's somebody laying down, bleeding, and then it's like a white cover.
Yeah, a white cover
It's
and all their
it's
blood's like a
cool.
rainbow. or
Yeah,
something.
right there. And I
Oh,
like,
depart from me. Oh, yeah, yeah. And then there's like little like creatures over him,
yeah,
like
that's
animated creatures like feeding on him.
Yeah, it gives me that feeling of. And you know what those creatures remind me of? The
It's a sweet album cover.
There's
Hell yeah.
the Max, the comic.
It's a good album. It's just on that one, I think you really would be like, I liked half of the album, the other half I did not like.
I see.
Yeah, and
I really do feel
there's the Sam Hill shit that he's doing now.
But I would check it out. Kill the Architect is pretty dope. It's like, it's just him at his rap, you know. Oh yeah, this went back to his old album.
Summer in Hell. I'm not familiar with.
Well, that Weatherproof is the
yeah,
album.
Weatherproof.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with.
I
familiar
did-
with that album.
I did go back. That was just him in straight New York hip hop.
Yeah.
Like there was no like Cage there. And then,
I know that album is what got him a lot of his fans.
Right. Yeah. That got him exposure and like,
Yeah.
well, that was him coming out and rap hell, you know.
What's this retard riot radio freestyle session?
I don't know what Retard Riot is, to tell you the truth, but
It says Crooked Eye Killer, Dr. Ninja featuring Cage, Mr. Jizz. What?
dude, this has
Oh,
like the dopest.
The world premiere of The Weatherman.
Recorded
Yeah?
in
Oh, shit.
'98. That's crazy.
Yeah, this recording predates all Weatherman appearances on Stretch and Babito. Damn.
I think there's video of this. I'm not-
1998.
Yeah, I think there's video of this.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is just the recorded, but yeah, I think there's video. Like if you go and look up a lot of Def Jux Cage shit, you'll see all kinds of crazy videos. There's documentaries. There's like footage of them doing crazy shit in New York before shows and stuff.
Hell yeah.
They're like wearing masks and they break into these dilapidated buildings and like
Cool.
fucking set shit on fire. And yeah, there's some crazy shit. They were nuts. They were wild.
Yeah, from Kill the Architect on, he started getting into the Satanist.
You didn't listen to this one?
kind of feel. Oh, I listened to Death Miracles. Yeah, Catechism is the fucking shit. I shared it on our Discord.
Cool.
And remember, I said, "Hey, man, honestly, I'm kind of feeling Cage being a Satanist."
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I said,
That's
yeah,
sweet,
and I
man.
shared it. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of, I feel that album. I mean, it is very, very, very heavy on like the Satanism, and it's not just like, it feels like not just theatrical. Like he really knows his shit. He knows his shit.
Yeah, I
He's
feel
talking
like-
about shit like, as I'm coming with the seventh hells of Beelzebub, you know, like it sounds like
Why did he go that direction, do you think? So he's really a Satanist.
That's how it sounds. Like he's very versed on it, bro.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, being off the drugs and slowly delving back into his insanity, maybe. He's not sane. He was in a mental institution for, you know, that's part of his gimmick is he's mentally unstable. If you take that away from him, he's just a fucking sad dude. Oh shit, Cage is just a sad dude, isn't he? That's all he is. Oh man,
Oh man, he
Aw,
is just a sad
ruined.
dude.
Well, the thing about the Satanist stuff is like artists are supposed to use that to get like fame and riches. It's
Yeah.
obviously not working for him.
Yeah, you can even tell on Kill the Architect. If you go down the cover of Kill the Architect, is an upside down cross
Yeah.
and like a dog like lapping it up blood that goes into an
great
upside
cover
down
except for the pit bull. I could
Yeah.
do without that, but
Well, you look, the pit bull is starving. If that helps,
it does.
and it has blood on its paws, so that shows that the pit bull's the one who did the killing, which supports your theory on dogs.
That's true.
That pit bulls are murderous
That's true.
beasts
That is true.
that will eat children if
That
you
is
put them
true.
near them.
Absolutely.
The back is a bloody paw print. Kill the Architect. So he's the starving dog.
It might be a play on his line on this Hell's
Well-
Winter. He had a line where he said, "I got MCs following me, licking up my blood trail," or something like that.
MCs following me, lap up my blood trail.
That might be a play on that lyric, that line.
Yeah, there's a song on the album called "My Dog Is Dead" that kind of touches on that type shit. I think it's all alliterations because he's like the starving dog, and it's going. The blood trail is an upside down cross because it's God. He killed God. Kill the architect. Kill God. You know what I mean? And then after this, he delved right into that black magic shit. So either he really is black magic or he's following a big narrative arc. And if he's following a narrative arc, it's genius. If he's becoming a mentally insane Satanist, it's genius.
I mean,
so either way, I'm on board to watch it. I'm on board to watch it.
I think he
Cage.
was always. To me, it fits. He was always headed down that trail. He met someone that was into like black magic, and he got into the fucking culture, and now he's like fully in it. And anything you know about Cage is like when he goes for something, he goes all in.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Absolutely.
I really would not doubt if Idea stayed alive, he would have went a similar path.
He would have grown a mustache and long hair too.
He did. He had a mustache and long hair.
He did, and he was rapping about like just darkness and nothing and nothingness. And then after that, where do you go? You have to find something. It's definitely not going to be religion or God, so they go to Satan.
Right. Hey, that's the thing. Like Satan is like, I don't care, sure. Like,
yeah, pretty
like
much.
with God, it's like,
Yeah.
God, can I be on your team? And God's like, you absolutely can. I will accept you anytime, but I got a lot of rules you got to follow. And then Satan's like, you're like, hey, Satan, can I join your thing? Satan's like, huh? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. I'm doing shit.
Yeah, it's way
do
cool.
whatever. Yeah, do whatever you want to do. I don't give a fuck.
I will give you power if you do these tricks.
Now we sound. Welcome to Deck One Dale, your Satanist podcast. No.
I mean, hey, man, we all know I'm
guys.
Satanist.
Hey, guys, we listen to Thy Unveiling,
I can't,
okay?
I can't
believe
lie
in
to say like
God.
Satanism is just as try hard and cringe as like overly Christian.
Yeah,
to
for
me,
sure.
but
For sure. It's very cringe and try hard.
It's
to
all
say you're a
cringe, yeah.
Satanist. Yeah, I'm Satanist. Like, what does that entail? And they're like, there's a whole book. It
Actually,
tells
being
appreciation
Satanist
for
is
nature.
positive. Being Satanist is actually not bad. It's really positive, and like you practice the black magic, and like literally, I've heard that shit. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know. It's about appreciation of nature, man, and
Like,
women. And
is
it's
it
about
paganism?
It's like, wait,
Like,
are you?
what the fuck?
And then you're like, wait, are you trying to preach politics to me,
isn't
or
that just
a
being
religion?
a good person? Like, do I have to be a Satanist to appreciate nature?
Being part of a religion is cringe.
Dude, they don't charge me that much. The membership is only $59.99 a year, and you get a book. You get a book.
I mean, cool. Yeah, Satanism has a little bit cooler imagery, and I think that's why like some people
Little
go
bit,
for it.
a little bit. I mean, let's
fucking
let's
cool.
keep it real. Like, yeah, it's Jesus. Like, I love Jesus.
That's-
I'll
you
take
know
it
what I
back.
mean?
The Catholics got some dope fucking imagery.
Yeah, I was gonna say Catholics fucking kill it with imagery, bro. They got like all kinds of collectibles.
But it's close to Satanism. That's the next step above Satanism.
I think if you're Catholic, like that's just like the Juggalo collector. Like, but you're the collector of the religious world
Like, if
because you
we're gonna-
have to have all the candles.
Would we
you gotta
say-
have all the?
Yeah, would we say Satanism is a religion, or is it like a
An attention thing?
no, what's like Nordic shit? It's like a
Pagan?
I don't know, like a
it's kind of like pagan shit.
like a lifestyle. I don't know.
Well, it's mythology.
Oh,
Is
okay.
Satanism like a mythology or a
Nah.
religion?
Satanism, I think, is just a reaction. I don't think it's a religion. I think it's a reaction.
There's two kinds of Satanism. There's actual like Anton LaVey, like gay as hell cringe Satanism, and then there's like the Satanic Temple Satanism, which is just religion trolling.
Yeah, right.
And that's the Satanism I'm on board with.
just religious trolling.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I don't. He's.
They literally
I don't
open like
pray
after
to
school.
the devil.
They open after school Satan clubs and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's
trolling.
It's anti-religion.
It's just to piss off people
So,
who are in a religion.
If Cage is that kind of Satanism, I'm on board because so am I.
Yeah,
No, I think he's
legit.
like into the magic.
He's
and
like the gay Anton LaVey.
No, I
and
think he's
shit.
like into the fucking scriptures and the magic
Yeah.
and the spells, and like
Yeah.
he's trying to like
Yeah, that's
derive
gay.
power from it.
listening
That's
to it.
gay.
Yeah, I hear too much
Yeah.
information for him to just be like shock value.
I mean, it's cool
He's-
to
he's in it.
It's cool to like play around in that. Like that's cool imagery.
Like
and
he's
shit.
literally a witch at this point.
I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. What you
that
wanna,
makes me like him more. It makes it more interesting to me.
whatever.
honestly.
Yeah, whatever you want to like do or worship in your free time, do do it. Who gives a shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do what you got to do to make your.
I like the story.
For lack
arc.
of a better phrase, make your soul feel at peace.
Yeah, I like the story arc of somebody like coming out of the darkness and just expelling all mythology and religion, and they're just like this unity of like they one with everything. They don't have to like. To me, when you just go too far into something, it gets a little cringe.
Hey,
That's
man.
just me.
Hey man, look, I think you're, as far as living life, like you're like, you've hit your cap. You're here. All right.
My cap.
You've hit your cap. Some people just explode.
done.
Some people,
It will never get
no,
better.
I don't mean it like that. Some people explode through that cap.
I really hope I
Dude,
haven't.
some people explode through that cap,
Yeah.
and they take life. They grab life by the fucking horns, and they let it
Skull fuck it.
and they let it take them wherever.
Dude.
They let it take them wherever. All
they
right.
bust through the condom cap.
That's right.
Keezy's a
Skull
guy
fuck
who's
the
like,
horn.
look, we need you to be the lookout. No, it's not because you're not able to do the stuff that we need, the important stuff. We need you to be lookout because you have the best eyes, right?
What I got out of that is like I hit my cap and that's skull fucking a cow.
Well, hey man, if that's what you want to do,
You want to wear a skull fuck cow as a cap? What is? Yeah, I'm confused how we got here.
all right, cool. Did we get any super chats? Nope. By the way, we should have promoted that. Hey guys, if you give us super chats, we'll do stuff.
Yeah,
We'll
but
do. I'll do like yum ice cream. Yummy.
Oh
Yummy.
god, what's
ice
that
cream,
shit
yum.
called? What is that
Yum.
called? I've seen that.
Oh, NPC.
Yeah.
NPC
my
Give me a
God.
super chat and I'll do that.
Yeah,
That's
we will do
ridiculous.
NPC. We will do NPC things. So if you give us a $2 donation, we will 10 times. I will say, call your mom, call your mom, call your mom.
You could give donations.
know,
You
man.
can give donations to get Chris to pretend to be Violent J on ketamine.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to see Bigfoot's dick. Right?
You want to hear Carver's jump steady impression?
I don't know if I'm down for this. I can't. If super chat does, that means we have to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Bootleg Keys. Has anybody ever told you you're a handsome son of a bitch?
Yo.
You're a handsome son of a bitch. I would love to lick your nipples and suck your cock. Don't overplay the bit. It's the ketamine, guys. Don't give away the bit. All right. Anyway, guys. So,
before we go, McNasty
and
said-
yes, we have heard of Nighthawks.
I say I'd never heard of. Is Nighthawks like? Oh, McNasty donated $1.50 for a hot dog. Oh, you got to eat a glizzy. Yum, 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 yum.
Oh man, I don't know.
That's what the show's turning into.
You have to. He donated $1.49.
Show's not.
Carver, eat a hot
I'm
dog.
not fucking doing.
You don't have to call it a glizzy. You don't have to call it a glizzy. Call it a hot dog.
We're not. The show's not going there. I'm sorry. There's too much.
Carver,
bullshit.
you have to. Okay, anytime that you donate, me and Keezy will act like idiots. Carver has too much integrity, so we got to have someone here that has integrity.
Jeez. Oh well. All right. Wait. So Nighthawks, is that kind of like the Zodiac imprint?
Yes. No. it is probably yes. Nighthawks is. Oh, look, he said ice cream too. Nighthawks. Look, ice cream.
Wow.
All right,
quit it.
Hold on. We got to think of a good one for ice cream.
Look,
Migo num num. Migo num num.
DJ's like Carver. We must stay strong.
Yeah.
He's like, don't stoop to that
We
level.
gotta have something, man. We can't do it. We can't.
I'm a
do
complete
it.
sellout, guys. You give me dollars, literally dollars, and I will make a complete fool of myself. You know what? We need to get a green screen back there.
I think
that's
we
why I
can-
wore the shirt.
Come on, we can think of
All right,
something
well-
with a little more integrity we
well-
can give the people other than doing fucking, blowing dicks motion.
No,
Wait! I was eating a hot dog,
we were
dude.
eating hot dogs and eating ice
Are you
cream.
kidding me?
How? what?
man.
We
You're
would
sick.
never. We
That's
would
why.
never.
No wonder you didn't want to do that. You
I
thought it
see.
looked like that. I get that. I get
Okay,
that.
you thought it would. Did it look like that? Really?
I didn't think so.
A little bit.
How did?
Look, when I eat hot,
how does this look like?
that's eating a hot dog.
I'm
It's a long chili dog.
I'm grabbing. Look, I'm grabbing the hot
Like you're
dog.
milking a bull.
No, I'm grabbing the hot dog.
It's a long
and
chili
I'm
dog.
sliding it into my mouth.
Right.
See,
It's a
but
long-
then when I do it together,
Like here, it's like I'm putting another one right behind.
yeah,
it.
and see that's the thing.
man.
Like it's supposed to be like I'm eating a bunch of hot dogs. Like
I'll tell you
Like
what. If the
that.
show turns
See?
into that, you don't need me here.
All right.
No.
You really don't need me.
Well, you're
here.
gonna
We're
leave us like
trying-
producer Nick over there.
You
We're
don't need
trying to expand. We're trying to expand onto. I'm seeing the playback. That's great. But I'm trying to expand onto OnlyFans as well.
Wow.
No,
All right,
With
so-
this
yeah.
kind of content,
the-
we can get on there.
The Dekwendo OnlyFans is coming.
It is coming, guys, and when it comes,
We'll be coming.
it comes all over.
Damn, you introduce. Look what happens as soon as you introduce money
Yeah.
into the show. Holy
sick
fucking
freaks.
moly!
We're ruined. We're ruined.
We're ruined.
All right.
If okay, the next person, I take my shirt off. That's. I'm just playing. I'm not doing that.
It has
I'm
to
like
be
Violent J.
a $5
I'm not-
super chat.
I'm not like Violent J. I'm not like Violent J. I'm not selling myself.
Sorry. All right, we'll come up with that more better ideas for super chats. But that was on the spot. I didn't think it through.
That
Sorry.
was a good bit.
Sorry.
Hopefully, it's a one-time bit.
All right. All right. Well, let's wrap it up then. Let's shuffle the fuck up on out here, guys.
Hold on. Let me.
And we'll pick an album next week. Oh, what do I? Should I go with what I said I was going to go with?
Dude, you can, bro. I mean, it's your pick. It's
That
your
is true.
it's Diller's choice. You can pick anything you want. I did think that it was kind of ironic and humorous that you could choose any album
Yeah.
in the entire world, any
Yeah.
album that's ever existed, and you chose a psychopathic album
Hey, wait,
on a
it's not
psychopathic
psychopathic.
show. A psychopathic related
All right,
album.
It's a Juggalo album.
A Juggalo album on a Juggalo show that
Yeah.
reviews Juggalo albums all the time, and we could just review this any week.
Okay.
but you still chose
Wait,
it.
so what I'm scared of is if I introduce a different album that I would actually like, if I took it seriously and
Yeah.
wanted to give you guys something like that,
something new. Yeah.
you guys won't like it. Whatever I pick.
We might not. We might shit all over it, but that's a risk that you have to take. You know what I mean? That's part of Diller's choice. Now, I would recommend introducing an album you think Juggalos as a group would like, not us, but Juggalos as a group.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the thing. I want to do Movies of the Blind, which meant a lot to me, but I wanted to give Juggalos an album that they could feel. You know, so that's why
I
was like,
wanted
Movies-
to, as far as idea, I wanted to do. I mean, I would love to do Firstborn, but I just don't think that would fit.
You don't think
Yeah.
Juggalos are ready for that?
Not that they're not ready. It's just it's literally not the best album that Idea put out. It's personally my favorite, and it speaks to me on that level. Same way with Movies does for him. But
Right.
I just don't think it's the best album. It's not the one that's going to connect. So I tried to pick something that was the best Idea album that could connect with everybody.
I got you.
That's,
you know,
Do you think the Juggalos would like Macho Man Be a Man?
Macho Man, Be Man. Dude, that is amazing. So you're thinking of Macho Man Randy Savage's album, Be a Man? Mm-hmm. Maybe.
it's close to Cena's album.
Dude, I mean, we
John
we
Cena.
definitely would not get copyright strikes. That's the good news.
I mean,
we would have the least amount of fear. We could play that bitch blaring, and we
that's
would
the-
be totally
that's,
fine.
That's what my heart wants to do. But I was trying to pick something that I thought maybe the Juggalos and you guys would be more into. But
Well, you did mention, would you be okay talking about what you're mulling over?
yeah, sure.
Like your option? Okay. Because you were thinking of doing Isham, Closed Casket, right?
Right.
Yeah, which is a classic, and we haven't done it yet. But
Right.
I think that that's a classic. I do love that. Because when you first said it, you looked kind of coy. Yeah, that's the word I'll
Okay,
use. You had a coy
okay.
look. You were like this. You were like, I was like, do you know what album it was? You were like, yeah. And I was like, what album? You're like, Closed Casket. And I'm like, wait, why are you being so coy? And like, it was like, that's a great album. Like, I love Closed Casket. What do you think about overall? Just quick, in case he does want to cover it.
I
just
mean,
real quick.
My question is that part of this segment? What are we calling it? The shuffle segment?
If he wants to do it, he's wondering what album he wants to do.
So you would pick a psychopathic album for a segment that's basically meant for another.
Okay, so if that's
I would recommend,
if
yeah.
that's how we're looking at it, then yes, I want to pick Macho Man Be a Man.
I would say,
Okay.
because if you can pick any album that you want to share with Juggalos, and like, because we are a firm Juggalo show, I don't, and we've talked about this off air, we never want this show to become a non-Juggalo show. This is a Juggalo show made for Juggalos by Juggalos.
Of course.
But
I would say
that's what
each-
the fun of this is we're getting to introduce one album
Yeah.
that's not psycho. I
Well,
mean,
I
you
don't have like an idea.
I would say Isham's Closed Casket should be part of like the regular rotation of reviewing psychopathic related
Agreed.
albums.
Yeah, we can do that any week because I think
Yeah.
that's Juggalo world, bro.
That's all true.
Isham. He's a goat in the Juggalo world.
Like for me, I thought we were each going to do an album that we wanted that wasn't kind of part of the psychopathic related family, and we're trying to bring it in, and we think it might fit.
I see.
And then we'll each do an album like that, and then we'll go back to kind of doing a more, jumping.
Of course,
back into
I understand,
psychopathic
and that's perfectly fine. I have other albums I considered, but like I wasn't sure about.
We're talking all this logistics on air, by the way.
I wasn't sure about that. So.
Well, good. Well, because this is, I want people to know the reason that he chose Macho Man Randy Savage. I want people to.
All right, listen.
I want everyone to understand.
No one's going to believe it if we tell them that story.
Exactly. They're
All
going to be
right.
like, he's trolling, and I want to be like,
Look,
no,
I
he
love-
actually loves this album.
I love Macho Man Randy Savage, Be a Man. I've listened to it many times. I won't force you guys to listen to that yet. Let's just Let's just wait. Let me think about it some more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And see, that's your call.
But either
we don't
way,
have to call it
I'd
right
be
now.
fine with doing a closed casket next week for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can.
We're
do
not
closed
doing
cat-
that. We're not doing
Yeah.
that.
We'll do that.
Or
as just a
Macho
regular
Man.
show.
You guys poo-pooed both of those, so.
Well, no, I don't necessarily poo-poo. I don't want you to fucking introduce one of those like girl bands that you listen to.
What girl
With,
bands?
like, where like the lead singer, it's like a gothic rock
Oh,
band
in
where
this
the lead
moment?
singer, where they're like,
Yeah.
I don't want it back, and like, but it's like metal, and it's like just some hot chick singing, but it's like whack.
See,
It's
I
like
don't-
Evanescence, but
That's the thing. I don't have an Idea or Cage. I don't have one of those.
I know. Well, you have to. Cal Scrooby.
Yeah, I mean, Cal Scrooby would be.
He never listened to Cal Scrooby. He don't know a fucking song of it.
I mean, do you think that would be a good one to?
I've seen-
Yeah,
I've
pick like
seen
his
that.
best album. That one, yeah. Cal Scrooby's a good one. I don't want to pick your album. You think on
No,
it.
I got you.
But I'm saying that's if you want to stick to the rap.
The only
thing,
reason I thought I considered something like that, and once again, inside this is all inside
And-
baseball, but I considered something like that. But I thought maybe that was like, are we going for like older, or it doesn't matter? You just want to introduce the
I don't think
Juggalos.
it matters. It just kind of ended up us two picking like the most meaningful artists and albums that for like from our past.
I see. I don't have one,
But
of
I don't
those.
think. Yeah,
Mine's all Juggalo shit.
yeah, I know. Well, you're a juggler. That's the thing. Like, and we've even said that on the show too. Like when we were talking about Blesty or something. Like when we were talking about that for the first time, you're like, "Why did you never introduce that to me?" And it was like, we did. We tried, but like you, dude, you were all about your Juggalo shit. You were firmly in that world the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's like everything you listen to is either that or like a dope like mainstream song that pretty much everyone
Yeah.
like. You know what I mean?
I went straight from Juggalo shit to like Korn and like Slipknot and shit. Like I made that transition, but I never dove into like hip hop shit like that until later. So
I think me and Carver both at the same time, we were both on different avenues, but we would always kind of go boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
And so there was like multiple artists that we both really liked. And then when we got together, it was hip hop. That was like what we went, we would sit around my computer and like look up new rap shit, or I'd show him new shit that I found, or he'd be like, oh, look up this. And he'd show me some new shit he found. His thing was usually CDs. He would usually have a CD that he'd be like, here, listen to this. And my shit was usually the computer. I would show him a website or something. Here, look at this. Right. But that was kind of how we shared our music. But yeah, we were both just exploring hip hop in our own avenues. You know what I mean?
Word.
If you want to pick a mainstream album that you think is a dope album, do that.
Lady Gaga, The Fame.
Lady, oh dude, I will do any album you want to, but I'm just letting you know you are fucking setting yourself up for some riffing, homie. I'm just keeping it.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm just.
All right, we'll
keeping it
decide.
real.
I'll decide. We'll decide. And we'll share it on the chat. But
Yeah,
let's
'cause
just-
you can
let's
take
get
your
fired.
time. You can take your time, bro.
I remember you listening to like Ludacris and shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Fucking if you pick an album like that
And-
would be fine.
And I mean,
I
honestly,
might be
there's
able to find something in that more
Yeah.
like that vein, but we'll see.
a fucking Buckshot album. Like I know
Dude,
you
I
feel
want
Buckshot.
I want to do a Buckshot album. I do, but I'm not going. I don't want to just pick one at random.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that would be psychopathic related, probably.
Yeah,
as
that is
well.
psychopathic
right,
related.
well,
Plus,
let's
we
just-
want him on the show too.
Yeah.
Let's ask. I mean, if we really want to, we could also do where we ask the chat, like, let's take a poll on an album. something
What
like
should
that. We
Keezy
could
do?
shit like that.
Keezy can't pick an album. You do it for him.
I don't know. I only know Juggalo music.
That's like the thumbnail. Zoom in like.
That's
All right, y'all. Let's shuffle up.
All right,
Let's
guys.
shuffle the fuck up on out of
We
here.
love y'all.
We'll figure it
See
out.
y'all next time.
See ya. Peace.
One. Thanks for joining.
Bye, guys.
Whoop, whoop.
Have a great life.
Whoop whoop. Forever. break out the ketamine.